hopefully, let me take this off. Okay. Okay, we're finally getting that move down. I didn't put my stops on. 792 and 640. 792. Roughly there. Okay, let's take probably another one off here. And then we'll probably trail a bit tighter if we can. And then we'll leave our top step alone. So then we'll do, I think this one we'll just let it play as well. Yeah, because this from right here would be the 1-to-1 all the way down. So this is 61.8. We didn't get the fill here. That would have been a nice partial and then move to break even, just so we can make sure we're securing a payout tonight with this account. And then with Top Step, we'll probably take also, okay, we're at the 61.8. We'll take 2 off right there at the 61.8 for Top Step. Same thing for this one. It looks like we're starting to get a little bit of a pullback, which I wanted to see a full flush through. Didn't get it though. Didn't really like the way that we reacted here. There's no other supplies besides the first one created here, so yeah, it'd have to be from here and down if this was valid for the playbook. But also, if we look at the higher time frame, we have that 1 hour 50% level on the leg. So it's probably bouncing off this leg, that's why. So that's pretty key, I think, to note right here. We need a good closure beneath the 50%, like a really good closure. If we can get a good closure underneath this 50%, I would feel a little bit more comfortable, I'd say, to continue to hold lower. But we're still finding some room to wiggle around it. We have a minute and a half on this one, so let's see how it reacts. It's only 1 micro on this one, and then we have 2 micros here, which isn't, life or death if it takes out my stop, but I would like to see a good close underneath this 50%. So far, we are just bouncing off of it. We haven't swept all these different levels of liquidity here. We have 1, 2, 3 different levels, so that would be nice if we can get that close below. That's what I want to see. Otherwise, that's gonna suck if it doesn't if it gets the bounce instead. Okay, so let's watch how this continues to do its thing. This should be, so this is also, I need to move this to where it should be, right above it. There you go. And then we'll just let it ride, whatever happens here. So we did secure the partials around the 50% and the 61.8 on the 5-minute time frame. So still pretty decent amount of move there. But yeah, it swept the 61.8 and it's going higher. So not really vibing with that too much here. Yeah, but we're gonna leave it because it's only micros and I'm okay with that. Let me go check out chat. Yeah, this one too is about to get stopped for Top Step. That's fine though. Alright, what's up guys? Hey, happy Friday. I hope everyone is doing good. Good morning, good morning. Hey AS, you just shorted too. Let's go. Brown Wolf. Volume's messed up. Dang. I have no idea. Darn. I'm still using the same headset I've been using, where a lot of people, I'm going to say a lot of people, I'm saying majority of people are saying it was good before. Can you guys let me know in chat how everyone else is thinking the audio sounds? Does it sound off or anything like that? Please let me know. Trey, yeah, I'm in the pre-live right now. So yeah, the live right here, pre-live. So there is some benefits from it. But obviously there is still the benefits of like the straight to sim funded. I'm sorry, not straight to sim funded, like the sim funded accounts, right? I really like sim funded accounts. The pre live's not bad. The live, I've never been in the official live where they send you to the brokerage and they set up all the stuff and you have to do all the paperwork. I have not done that with Toff yet, so we'll see what happens. Okay, it looks like we're about to get stopped out here. This also could be a good basing candle. If price does want to continue, this could be a good basing candle. How would that look like? Let me see. Let me just do that really quick for my own sanity. So if this closes green, a good green, if it does, it would be something like this, a 1-to-1. But we did get the bounce on the 50% off the 1 hour leg. So I measured with the fib. I don't know if measure's the right word, but I put the bottom of the leg swing of the leg, whatever you want to call it, and I put it to the top of the leg. And if you look at the fib numbers, this is the 50% level. We are holding and closing so far above the 61.8 as well. So, anything can happen. We could definitely continue to hold this 50% and go higher if price wants to do that. This is our first official time tapping into the leg, because you'll notice that the top of the leg is here at the 7 a.m. candle. And then right after the 7 a.m., there's been no tap of 50% until the moment right here around the, oopsies, what time is this? The 8-hour candle. So this is our first ever tap into that 50%. Like I said, we can definitely have the push and hold, right, to see if we can come back to the top of the leg, or if we could have that close and rejection to push lower. That's what I wanted to personally see. And then having my final TP down here at the 38 level, I had my other TPs set around the 61.8 off of this demand right here. So I had the 38.2, the 5, and then the 61.8. These were my 3 different targets from my previous morning trades as price was moving lower. And then for my recent trade as well, that's where I exited, because I wasn't sure if we're going to have that full closure and strong move below the 50%, like I was saying earlier too. So I felt safe to exit anywhere between these 3 different levels, given that the higher time frame fib, right, we had the initial rejection of 61.8. You can see all the multiple rejections, but we didn't have a strong enough close underneath the 50% higher time frame, which is here at the 685 level. So that's why I exited most but one on the top step. And then for TOF, I left 2. But it looks like we're about to get stopped out here. So let's see how this is going to look if it is supposed to be a long move. Okay, so we're stopped out. Waiting for price to close in 1 minute or 30 seconds. Let's see what happens. Oops. Let me just close that over. This would have to be down here. Let's watch how this goes. Sorry, I'm gonna look at chat in just a minute. I just want to see how this would look like for me to take it, because we still have the demand holding. We never swept it. Close this now. We never swept this demand. We never swept. It's not the best demand right here, to be honest, but I guess it can work. I'm gonna remove it. I like this one better. So we never swept it. Okay, so price closed here. You would want down there. Okay, we're just gonna watch this. See if we get a little bit of a pullback into 757s, 760s. If we do. However, we did already have this nice move out of it right there. I don't know if it'd be silly of me to go ahead and re-enter. Let me look at the higher time frame again. Is it bearish? Yeah, lower low. New lower high. It doesn't mean price can't still try to do its thing. This could have been just a stop out as well. So let's just wait a little bit longer. I mean, I like this right here though. So good closure above it. Let's watch how this reacts here. Okay, let me check out chat. Okay, okay, sweet. So audio sounds better. That's good. All right, good, good, good. I'm glad. Maybe it's just because my mic was a little far from my mouth. Sorry about that. Short was that 7:02 tick exit. After 9:10, maybe. Nice. Or 9:30. Okay, for sure. Hey, into the shoe. What's up? All right, let's see. AS, TPT Pro Plus. Just heard about it. Enlighten us about Pro Plus. Pay on day one. Yeah, great question, AS. So on the Pro and also on the Pro Plus, you are able to do daily payouts. So that is true. The difference between the two is that the Pro, which is your first stage into like your funded account, before you go live, the Pro stage is going to have intraday trailing drawdown until you make the buffer of your account size. And then after your buffer, you can take a daily payout, and then it's an 80-20 split. If you take any payouts within your buffer, I think you can. It should be only like a 50% split. So that's for the Pro, and again, it's intraday, and then it becomes static once you make your, what is it called? Oh, shoot, I forgot what it's called. You make your buffer, right? For the Pro Plus, it is better when you move into the Pro Plus Live, and that's because you get a 90-10 profit split. You are, again, still able to do daily pay on day one. You could take it literally right when you go into Pro Plus, but what I've recognized is that most people do try to build a buffer again because let's say you take a payout on day one of your Pro Plus, then that eats into your drawdown, which obviously is never fun. So yeah, like if you do have the 150K, oh wow, so that long position did play out after all. I don't know if this would be FOMO to enter back in, but I don't think we should. But this literally, I like that. So also our initial balance high is all the way up at 960. No, I'll just leave it. I think we might miss this move. And if we do, it is what it is. That would suck, but I'm going to leave it. I mean, it does have a lot of room to move, so technically I wouldn't be really missing out on much. But is it worth it, you guys? Is it worth it? Oh, man, it's only micros too. No, it's fine. It's okay. It's fine. I don't want to do that on stream too, especially. And I know off stream it wouldn't be right for me to do it too, so I'm just not going to do that to myself. We'll just let it move without us. That sucks. All right. Let's see. Where are we? Right, so TBT. So yeah, the Pro Plus 90-10 split, daily payouts. You take a pay on the first day without making profits. It just eats into your drawdown. So I've seen people like decide to make the profits first. I think that's the main difference between the two. So it definitely is better if you're able to move into a live account. Definitely huge benefit with TPT. And you can have up to 5 lives. The last thing I'll say too, AS, the last thing I'll say is that you can get to a point, there's some other content creators where they've gotten to a point where TPT only allows them to move into a Pro Plus. So normally, right, the route is eval to the Pro and then the Pro Plus if they, you meet the requirements to move to a Pro Plus. But some of the content creators that post about TPT, they've been able to do really well, whether it's taking a lot of payouts, showing consistent strategy, whatever they're doing. And now TPT is saying, hey, like no more Pro for you. You go from eval straight to Pro Plus. So from there, as you would in the Pro account, you'd go ahead and make your buffer, take your daily payout. Same thing, but it's 90-10 split and it's end of day drawdown, which is the hugest positive when you go into Pro Plus. So that's kind of like the difference between the two and how it looks like if you do move into it. So yeah, it's definitely worth it. I would say AS. Let's see. Everyone's saying, or not everyone. AS is saying short buys for him or AS today. Trey, don't do it. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do it. I mean, that FOMO in me wants to, but I'm not going to. It's fine. I mean, I think with Top Step, I'm pretty I mean, this sucked, right? Obviously having to lose that trade right here, but the trades before that still made it up, made that loss back up anyways. Um, yeah, had a lot of little wins on MNQ, like 20-point wins, 30-point wins, 40-point wins. So it's totally fine. I think I'm gonna lock up Top Step for the next. It's 8:50. Actually, no. We'll do it after. We'll do it after like 9:15. We'll lock it up. For now, we'll just wait. Is this a trend line tap? 1, 2, 3. No, we'll just leave it at a 1-to-1. Because the higher time frame is still bearish. But we're still holding the trend. I really wanted to see a tap lower to enter the long in that 50s, 60s area right here. I really wanted to see a retap of this first. To see how it, like, how price reacts around here. Just because there's so much resistance, right? But it was clear we had a bullish move out of it. And this was the only retracement we got. So yeah, this should have just entered, you know? Especially with the demand. We held the other demand. I hesitated. All on stream, I hesitated. Oh, man. I'm going to put a note here. So I can look at that. What time was that at first? This was... I had this marked even before, like when I was still in the old trade. So it had to have been around 8:40, roughly. So 8:40 a.m. pre-marked the long trade. Yep, I think it's gonna hit TP. 5-minute demand held. Second 5-minute demand held. Also, we have break and hold above support and resistance. Finally, 3 trend line tap. Hesitated on stream to enter long positions, long position. Roughly 8. When did I lose this trade? I lost this trade. I got out at 8:44. So this was like what, 8:45 then. 8:45 to 8:43. Oh, whoa, actually I'm tripping. Right here. 8:51. Okay, let's see. And make this smaller. Perfect. Okay, let's see if we get a rejection here. It did sweep this liquidity, and this was already, oh my goodness, how many points is that? 90 all the way up to 63, 70 points. Let's see how it comes back and retries to come back up if it does. If it does not, cool. Let me take a screenshot of this. Oh, let me put, there we go. Okay, sweet. Got my screenshot. Let me remove it. Alright, cool. Sorry, chat. Gotta journal for myself. Alright, let me go back to chat now. Let me fix my screens. I literally have everything so messed up right now on my screen. Let me move that over here. And then let me move my YouTube chat to the side so I can see it. Okay, cool. All right. Oh, sure. I missed your message, Oksana. What's up, Oksana? Happy Friday. Louise, strat. Strat's very simple. Strat. Wow, I'm so sad about this now. Definitely do feel the sadness just kicking in of that FOMO right here, but it's okay. If it hits CP, that's gonna like have a nice sense of strategy dopamine hit, which I would like. But if it doesn't hit, then I'm like, okay, the dopamine hit of I didn't actually miss out. So, anyways, yeah, the strategy is very simple. I do basically off of supply and demand, higher time frame, and on the lower time frame. That's my first playbook, and then my second playbook is off of support and resistance. Very simple. And I can also show it to you right here. Same picture, or sorry, same sheet that I've shown on my channel the last 2 months now. And then also it's on my desk, it's on my wall. So pretty much supply and demand playbook. It's also in my past videos if you want to look at my supply and demand back testing. It's the same idea, literally same idea. So we have a momentum of a push into a zone, whether it's supply or demand. First or second tap into the zone, I'll take the opposite position trade based on how price reacts, which is why I have point number 3, reaction of said levels or zones within that zone or key level. And then if I see what what I like, essentially it's going to be an opposite color candle, which I could show you here, actually, real life example. Right here, we have a demand. We have a bullish candle following it. That's going to create a demand zone. So demand, bullish candle. Then we have a second bullish demand. I'm sorry, not demand. Second bullish candle after following it. So this in itself shows that there's clearly a strong level right here, or a strong zone right here. And even when we come back into it, here, we never fully sweep all the way through. So this shows to me that this is strong. Like this is going to hold. And when we have the second demand created, which is also really tied into support and resistance right here, you can see you have the multiple levels of resistance, which ties into the higher time frame 61.8 level on the 1 hour, which I'm going to show you. So it all ties together right here, right? The 61.8 level on the 1 hour leg, clear level of resistance. We can also look back right here that price is like struggling to figure out where to go. Resistance, resistance, support, right? Resistance. So that's why this lines up. So if we have a break above this and a hold above it, it not only further validates that this is resistance turning support, but also validates the 5-minute demand previously. So in case, that's a real life example of the play that I would take. That's why I'm sad I didn't enter here, because based off my playbook, I should have entered, but I clearly hesitated on stream. I think it was mainly because I didn't want to look wrong on stream. And that's wrong of me to do. You see what I'm saying? So even if it doesn't hit full TP, like a full 80-point move, you could still capture a lot of partials along the way. So that's how this strategy, this playbook works. When I tie in key levels with zones, if I only keep zones, then I would only look at the 5-minute demand, and I would see a pull into potentially a fib level. Or I would see, hey, do we have a nice push into it? And then I want to see a bullish candle coming out of it. So you could say in theory that this is actually a small tap into the candle body. Then it would be like this. Then I would enter like potentially, right? But obviously it's always reaction, like I wrote very clearly here. It's based on reaction of levels. So even if I see this right here, then I'd want to see like a stronger move out of it. You can, like, this shows me that there's a lot of sellers still participating because this long wick. So now I would look at this candle instead right here, because I'm like, okay, this is a real good move. It's pretty balanced, right, on both sides of the coin. So at this point, this would be a better entry for that long position play right there. But I also do like a conservative approach, and that's where I tie in the second part of the strategy that I built upon this playbook. Still the same basic thing. It's zones, right? I'm not talking about key levels anymore, but it's about entry at this point. So we've built this demand right here with, well, I can't talk about support resistance, right? But we've built a demand right here. We had a nice bullish move out. So demand, bullish candle, second following candle, okay, that's bullish. So this is why I would have entered right here. It's a conservative entry to be safe, to basically believe that price really has done its move, that it's safe to enter here because bulls really have stepped in. And it's pretty clear, like after that, we just kind of took off. Wow. We're about to literally have from, if I had entered, it would be almost be 100 points. This is 90 points right here. Wow, talk about FOMO, you guys. Okay, now real FOMO has settled in. This would have been a great trade I've taken. Oh my gosh. But it's okay. It's fine. So yeah, that's how the first playbook works. Explaining my strategy in detail for anyone that has like asked many on all the streams. I always talk about it anyways. Then the second playbook, support and resistance, doesn't get any more simple than that. This is one of the particular things that I use within support and resistance. It's using the EMA, whether it's the 25 or the 50, whichever one looks better upon the chart. It's all discretionary, like whatever looks cleaner, I'll use that because price is different every day, right? Some days 25 looks better, sometimes the 50 looks better. So I'll use that. And then I'll scale down into the 1 minute time frame. Is this the one with my double EMA? No, this is the 25. So I'll scale into the 25, or I'm sorry, the 1 minute. And then we're seeing that on the 5 minute, it's still higher lows, right? Even though this was a higher high and this is a lower high, it's still holding higher lows. It's still showing that we have reclaimed structure as well on the 5 minute frame, not the 1 minute, or I'm sorry, not the 1 hour. And TP is hit. Oh, wow, you guys. If you guys took that, congratulations, 117.5 points. Seriously. Wow. Literally, there would have been barely any drawdown. What is that? 10 points of drawdown? Oh, God. Okay. Whew. Anyways, back to support and resistance. I would scale into the 1, use the 25 or the 50 EMA, use the 5 minute time frame to identify a trend. What's the structure? Lower highs, higher lows, go from there. And then a bounce off of essentially the EMA, and you would need a breakout of support or resistance. In this case, if I was looking for a potential breakout support and resistance play, and I combine it with my supply and demand, right, it would have to be, well, obviously, if we look at the lower part of the range as we're starting to break lower, this is clearly our support. Then we would potentially have some resistance here, which is same as here. So I would want to see a break of the said resistance. And then I would want to see a reclaim of the EMA. So what do we have? Boom, we have the break of this resistance, right? Because resistance, break of resistance with a strong move. It's not just like a little, beep, beep, beep. No, it's a strong move showing bulls want to come back into it, combining with demand zones. And then we have the break, and any type of retest essentially that comes down is where I would take it. So long position, this is hindsight. Okay, this is hindsight. We have a small retest here, so you could technically take it right here, a quick 1-to-1. Also, right here, we have the clear, well, that's also the pullback into the EMA too. So this is also considered a pullback. You would want to enter somewhere within this candle. If you were perfect, yeah, sure, right here. If you're not perfect and you enter right around here, even then, what is it called? Stop loss, I would put anywhere below the previous resistance. And then I would just target like a 1-to-1, or like you could do a negative risk well, I do negative risk to reward, and then I also trail my second one. So yeah, something like that. But that's how the second playbook works essentially. When I combine the two together, it works even better. Like this was a very clear example of how it worked really well together. But that's it. So I want a very long conversation to explain what my strategy is, and I hope that helped. But that's what I do. Yeah. I think it's very simple. Maybe people don't think it's simple, and that's fine. But I have found that it works for me, and yeah. I'm really sad about this, guys. Oh my gosh. Like I'm over it now. I don't feel emotionally destroyed by it where I can't trade anymore. But Wow. You know what I mean? Just wow. Just wow. I could definitely just like the other side of me, right? Like she wants to just FOMO in at this point, but I'm not gonna do that. Let's see if we have a chance to move to a 1 to 2. Do I have any levels up there? Okay, 1 to 2 would be up at 26. 26. Where is, hold on, 25,000, 26, 25,000. Whoa, 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 25,000. Am I going crazy? That's like all the way up here. Wow. Oh, that's a 200-point move. No wonder. That's insanity, dude. Talk about volatility, huh? Oh my gosh. Wow. What's a 1.5? Oh yeah, just go for IBH. Literally an IBH play. Can we have any pullback for an IBH play? One more pullback in here for an IBH play? That would be kind of crazy. IBH was a 1.4. Yeah, let's see if we have any pullback at all. That'd be nice. Break and retest the VWAP. Continuation higher. Holding VWAP. Only imbalance I see is right here. That's the only imbalance I see. So, would be nice if we could get a pullback. Okay. Alright. Just gonna wait now. No choice. So many people were saying don't buy like shorts, but like clearly this was a nice move for the upside. So that's a bummer. That's a bummer. Ah, oh well. Okay. AS, your script told you to long. Enter at 9:30 instead. Had good scalping. No, for real, that was a really great opportunity, wasn't it? Ah. Oh, Simon, you're holding on by short, or holding on your shorts. Hopefully you didn't have too big of a stop loss or like a loss from that. Anyone that shorted, hopefully it wasn't too much of a loss. That was a great move. An IBH test would be pretty cool, not gonna lie. But I don't know if the likelihood of how much further we push past that. It is holding the 1 hour leg though. That was a beautiful test of the 50% right here. Beautiful test. And God willing, it could literally go up to the 1 again. I don't know if you guys have heard of those trades, but there's been some people where like they're doing huge moves like this. You could even do like a 10 point, or no, let's make it a bigger stop. So if it's 85.50 and we're doing micros, do like do all the way down to 38.2 basically. Or I think it's 50% of the other leg. Bear with me. I'm trying to figure this out right now on my own. I think they go like this, like this, like this. And then it's like this, right? So that I think the stop would be like here at 50. Yeah, like 50. Oh my gosh, I can't do it. There we go. So yeah, it would like some people are taking crazy trades like this, and I've seen on social media, like the executions and stuff. I'm like, dude, if only I started doing like trades like that, but I don't normally do 50% ranges to like make plays. Although I do use Fibonacci's, and I feel like if I were to combine Fibonacci's with 50% trades like this using demands as well, and support and resistance, all three of my things together, like I already am, but just adding 50% plays in, that would be some crazy work. And especially the volatility we have, that'd be some crazy work. But in any case, that's not what we're doing. Wow, great trade. Great trade to whoever took the long opportunity. All right, let's see. Lynn, do you have a pro plan? If you do, how do you like it? So I don't have the pro, I have the expert plan, and I love the expert plan. The expert plan is the legacy, they don't sell it anymore. The pro is supposed to be basically the same thing as the expert. So there's obviously slight differences. I think it's the whole eval rules, and then it's the payout policy that's different, with like the 80-20 split versus the 90-10 split. However, I love the expert plan. I love my fund of futures. Like, they are a great firm. It's a great account, and like, that's not even me being biased. I think maybe it is because obviously I'm a partner with them, but even before being a partner, I have called them out on like their launch, the promises they didn't hold. So, I keep it real about the mistakes that they had. But ever since their launch, they've only been growing and literally evolving to be like one of the best firms in the space. So that's why I'm very proud to say I'm a partner with them and witness all the changes they've had since the start. I've been following them since before their launch, like in the summer, right before. So, anyways, um, I think that that's a great plan, and I think they're a great firm. So, yeah, like, I can't complain. I can also pull in other like content creators that have posted about it on social media, where they've said, if you consider my funded futures, if you're beginner friendly, obviously the core is a great place to start, especially with the current free add-on that they have. But even then, like, the pricing point is really great. Again, good for beginners, good for like low cost entry. But if you are someone that wants the ability to scale, or more so have the ability to take out bigger profits, get paid out even more of a sim cap, allow yourself less restrictions, the pro account is the best way to go. And most of the more experienced content creators that are more experienced traders, they always recommend the pro account, or if expert, if you have the expert, because of how good it is. So I do say the same thing too. And that's from experience. I've tried all the accounts I've ever had, from the milestones to the static to the evaluation to live, like all the accounts I've ever sold. I've tried every single one, and still to this day, the expert, or in this case now it's called the pro, is my favorite. All right, into the shoot. You think we're gonna run to all-time high again because of QT? Honestly, being for real with you, into the shoot, I don't look into price to see like how high or how far it can go. I don't even pay attention about all-time highs until we're actually there. Then I'm like, okay, like, be smart, take longs, and don't always short the all-time highs unless you really need to. So yeah, I'm not quite sure, and that's just being brutally honest with you. All-time highs are all the way up here at, from October 25, almost 400, or what is this? Yeah, 25, 400. So yeah, I'm not sure what to tell you from there. I mean, with the tariff stuff, I think that with the tariff stuff, if we continue to have negative news from it, and if our administration, the US administration, continues to not move in a better direction with that, I would say we would continue lower. Um, it's clear that the market does not like tariffs. This is not our first example of that, right? We had it back earlier this year as well. So it's very clear that the market does not like tariffs. And more importantly, the way that we have been moving up, it just seems like we've just been pumping, pumping, pumping. Um, Even though there hasn't been like any real, in my opinion, any real reason for us to continue moving the way we do, because inflation is still high, grocery prices are still high, housing market sucks. Again, tariff has just been reannounced, and that sucks. That's going to hurt us for a while. I don't think there's anything that's going to, I see the long term bigger picture from it, right? I get the idea, but I'm not even getting into politics, but I just feel like seeing what the market is doing with it, I'm on the side of the market, right? So yeah, I think if we continue to have bad news the way we have been, with tariffs, I would imagine we could still continue to come down lower, a bit more lower. Let's try to go back to when it was April, I think it was, when we had. So here's January, right? We had the dumps. Here it is. So February. From February, let's say it was 23,000, we dropped all the way to 19.8. So that's almost 4,000 points. That's like 2008. Wait, hold on. What is this? 19.8. Yeah, that's like 3,200. Is my math right? I think that's right. So that's 3,200 points, and that's huge. Which percentage? What kind of percent is that? That's 13.8% roughly. So let's fast forward to our current day. Let's see if we've already done that. So high of the thing, we've only dropped at most about 4.86%. So if we drop down anywhere close, let's just call it 10%. That's down to 22.8, which also happens to be same area of resistance and support. Right. We had a break and retest here. True. But again, price can do whatever it wants. We could easily move down to this area. Like that's just guessing. I have no real technical analysis going into it. Right. That's just me speaking very freely, not financial advice. If things start to look better, then I don't see why we can't go higher. I mean, price since that whole drop, price has continued to move up. Let me go into the daily. It's easier that way. Right here. This is March after the huge drop. So price has continued to go back up. So I'm not saying that price can't continue to break higher. I'm just saying that I think if we want price to continue higher, if we look at news and the different things that have been being released and how market has been reacting to these said news, it's not been looking pretty over just the last 4 days, last week. So that's my long-winded answer to tell you what I see, what I'm thinking, even though I don't normally look at all-time highs and I don't normally look at what can make us go higher and stuff. I just trade whatever the market gives me the day of. So yeah, all right. Hope that helps. Oh, I'm so sad about this still. I say so sad, but I'm actually not sad. It's just like it is what it is, Like I'm fully over it, but I, I, I speak that way, Like I'm like, oh, I'm so sad about it. Oh, that's crappy, or like, you know what I mean? It's just expression, but it's not like I didn't FOMO into anything, even though in the moment I felt sad for missing out. I didn't FOMO. I didn't YOLO into anything. So I think that's the win there from this missed out long position. This one. All right. Trey. Oh, favorite prop? That's very, very hard. I think I've already kind of explained it earlier with the whole My Fund of Futures, but I think, so I do have a list. I have a top list. It's hard to give you just one firm. So I'm going to give you what I've always said in all my past streams. I'll give you my top four. I hope that works. Top four. So obviously, the no particular order. Obviously, My Fund of Futures is on there. I don't know if you want me to go into depth about why I have my top favorite four, but for sure, My Fund of Futures is going to be on there. I have Apex on there. I have Trade Day on there. And I'll have to say for the final spot, it would go to Tradeify. I hope I didn't miss, I'm trying to think on top of my head. But those are I would say top four. Those would be my top four. And if you want reasoning, I can give you reasoning. But I do have, what is it called? More firms that I do trade with and that I do really like, that even though it's not on my top four list, they're just still very up there. I don't know if that makes any sense, but. All right, so we're still waiting here. I would like to see either we have been close for the initial balance retest. We haven't even been given a chance for a pullback into this area right around here, or a retest into VWAP yet. That would be nice if we could have a retest, but also that's to go long. But if we were to look at shorts, what would that look like for me? Well, obviously first I would want to see a lower high being created again. So this is clearly not a lower high. I think this is pretty much neck and neck. Yep. So I need to see a lower high being created, and then I'd want to see a 5-minute supply be created. But even then, I don't see anything yet for me to trade. There's no demands or there's no supplies either. We could create a demand up here, Sounds crazy, I know, but we could definitely create a demand up here if we do create the same idea of, right, the bearish candle and then a strong bullish candle right after it. But it's all about waiting at this point. It is all about waiting. Let me see over here, pass on this side. We do have this 5-minute supply. Let me put a horizontal line. Boom. Because I don't want to make a box. Too much work. So where is that? Okay, we have not pushed into that yet. So we could, if we do push IVH, this would be a pretty decent area. I want to see how we react around here. Maybe we can create a potential short when we push into that level. This is also, if we scroll back even more to the left, then we go on the 15. I think that would be easier. We also see that there is resistance. Resistance becomes support, breaks through, consolidation, resistance, 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 support, consolidation. So in theory, same thing within the 5 and the 15. This is going to be our potential area of interest for resistance. And then maybe I'd want to see a short, what is it called? A supply being created in here on the 5-minute frame if possible, or a nice rejection of the set level. And then we can maybe get a move down, right? Come back into our imbalance, come back into our trend line. Because this would be our trend line right here. So 5 a.m. I was not trading this time, but that could be a demand. So this would have been also, yeah, part of the trend line. This is part of the trend line move. Did we hit the 1 to 3 then? If this is considered part of the beginning, this would be a 1. Yeah, there's the 1 to 3. Okay. I need to take a screenshot of that for later. So yeah, I want to see how we react when we get up to this area first, before anything. Okay. Hey, what's up, Panda? Fun times? Yeah, Ken. Simple is good. Pranav giveaway. Yeah, I think I will be doing a giveaway today because I didn't upload my video in time. The, what is it called? The trade recap video. I didn't upload it. I still have it in my iMovie. I just need to add some finishing touches. Basically the audio, because I'm doing a voiceover on it, and I've done the audio voiceover like 5 times, and it's a long video, but I've shortened it by making it fast, and I just feel awkward in the moments where it's quiet. So yeah, I've like redone the audio 5 times, and then I also want to add in like background music. So I'll probably add in background music, and then I'll re-listen to the audio again today and determine if the audio is good enough, and if not, then I'm gonna redo it again. So yeah, still waiting. Really great bullish move. Honestly, if it pushes up to the 1.618, that would be crazy work. Okay. Anime, it depends. Contract size always depends because, right, like depending, like if we have volatile moves like the way that we do, obviously stop losses are going to be bigger, TPs are going to be bigger. Like a stop loss of 117.75 points is crazy, right? Versus 76.5 points here. So that's why the lot sizes are never the same. I am working. This is not going to be overnight. I know it, because it's about breaking habits and trying to apply this new learning. But it's keeping a certain amount like of risk, a dollar amount, right? So if I want to risk $500 a day, then okay, like what does it look like with lots at that point? So obviously micros, $117 or points times $2 a point, that's like almost $340, or $240. My apologies, like almost $240. So I would be able to put 2 micros on here. So that's why lot sizes are never consistent. I will say on this pre-live right here, I cannot use more than 1 mini, and I cannot use more than 10 micros though. So that has been a thing for me on this account. So that's forced. That's like by default. And then for the other accounts like these ones, using micros, I can go anywhere. With the current balance I have, I'm doing anywhere between like 10 to 15 micros because of the volatility we've been seeing. So, yeah. But if you don't have volatility, I don't mind using like one, two, or three minis. Still, also very happy with using micros. It just depends on the risk per day that I'm trying to work on. But before this whole risk money strategy I'm doing, it would just be anywhere between one to three minis, or anywhere between like 3 micros up to 30 micros. Yeah, Decretia smash the like. Yeah, smash the like. Legend, appreciate you. Touch Gold, incredibly well compared to NQ, who was sporadic. No, I do not trade that. I do not trade gold anymore. I traded gold a few times throughout this year, and it's been cool. I just found that I still prefer Nasdaq, of course. That's my number one primary. But then secondly, I've instead of gold, if I do ever decide to switch off of gold, I'm either trading ES or the YM. All right, people were saying, talk about Top Step. They've had issues. Tashi, only firm without consistency though. Yeah, I mean, I think that there's so many firms out there, obviously, first and foremost, that you can always go through different ones to see which one's best fitting for you and your strategy and prop firm strategy and your expenses, right? So, if one firm doesn't work out for you, you can always go to another. TopStep, because they've been around for such a long time, they've created this space basically in the future side of things, and they've been able to really bring in a lot of customers. They've been able to, now this year, within the last year actually, since last summer, they've been making changes to things. And I do think, of course, the support side, if we could be able to have that be a bit faster for some individuals, that would be great. But as far as like the accounts go, I mean, it's very simple. It's very straightforward. I don't really have much to say about the pricing. I think that with the payout speed, from my experience, I think, because I can't recall how long it's normally on average been, but I think it has never been more than like 3 business days. So that's not too slow in my opinion. Can't complain about that for me personally. And then for consistency, yeah, it's just on the eval side of things. It's not on the funded, so that has been nice. Like clearly, I've been able to capitalize this past week on the very huge momentum days and volume days. So that's been really, really great. So there is our move into potentially IBH. Let's see our reaction. It's 9:30. I want to see this reaction here. Just watching it. I'm just literally watching it. What is this level? Let me mark it out right here. There we go. So, yeah, I think TopStep is still great personally. I mean, that's clearly why I have an account with them. I wanted to not worry about the consistency, exactly what the other individual said about no consistency with TopStep, especially during this volatile time. So that's why I literally took advantage of the account. There was no other primary reason. It's just because there's no consistency on the funded, and I could really bank during this time, especially because my other accounts that have consistency, either I lost them or I have to respect it. So I'm like, okay, like let me get an account where I don't have that issue, and then I'm gonna take a nice fat payout soon. So there's IBH, there's the sweep. Let's see the full reaction. If we get a push into this level, that would be very interesting for me. And I would like to see what will happen right around here. We also had the sweep of this liquidity at 63.75. So let's just take a gather of what's gonna happen here. Let me do fib. Okay, we are pushing 50%, finally holding. Okay, there it goes. Let's watch this. I'm not going to jump in front of the train. I want to see something being built within this area first before I just enter into it. It is also lunchtime, but it doesn't even matter because price is still freaking cranking away. So let's see. Okay, it's a 50-minute supply. 15-minute supply, previous support and resistance, initial first tap into it. We are having an initial reaction of a rejection. And I want to see a 5 minutes kind of closure into it if I want shorts. A 5 minute like bearish closure, I mean. Okay. Where are we at? For the chats. Okay, so we talked about that. Vijay. Hey, Vijay. It's good to see you again, my friend. Happy Friday. It's always lovely to hang out with you and talk. Ooh, okay. Tick Tick has a spin the wheel giveaway. Ooh, I like that. Congrats on the streak to funny you got for only 99 bones. That's real good. I'm going to have to do that. I literally am going to have to do that. So thank you so much for the heads up. I think I got the email from them this past week about it, but I wasn't sure about when it was going to come out, and I guess it already came out. So that's really good news. I like that. Okay, so this so far is having a rejection off the 15 minutes supply and the IBH, but that's only been 2 minutes on this 5-minute candle. So let's continue to watch. AS shorts 960, 976 if it reaches that. If not, then probably for another setup. Yeah, 960, 976. Hey, I mean, if you were able to enter already, you definitely got a nice position going here. Honestly, yeah, and especially if you're using with 4 contracts. I don't know if that's minis, but we're able to definitely bank. If it's micros, shoot, even better. Like, that'd be sick. If you're able to really get this full move down, AS, that would be really sick. Thank you, Came On. Appreciate you. Oh, 2580. Okay. I was about to say, if you entered right here, that would have been real nice. I mean, you would have already been up. If you entered like at 71, oh my gosh, 30 points. If you entered at IBH, you're already at 20 points. I want to see a nice bearish candle from here. If you can get a nice bearish candle, then a retap into this area again, I would probably like to take a short, but only if we get the kind of closure I'm looking for. Otherwise, I'm still waiting. Simon N. Forget that. Looks like it's closing below. Okay. Ken. Not much we can do now. No, for real. Not much we can do now. It made the full move without us already. And also into IBH as anticipated. And a nice tap into the previous resistance. So, yeah. Just waiting. Came on. Yeah, 76 point stop. I mean, if that is how that's the conservative entry right here. This would have been a conservative entry right here. The actual position was like over here or something. You guys saw on the screen. And then I had exited positions as we moved down. So, yeah, that's all part of it. You know what I mean? I don't even know where that was, actually. But, in any case, I don't even remember where I entered. It was like, it should have been somewhere around here for sure. But yeah, also I will say yesterday's stream, someone asked me a very interesting question about moving break even, stop losses. And on stream yesterday, I explained very clearly about what I normally do for moving stops to break even or moving stops in general. And based on my data, normally leaving the stop exactly where it's at is the best thing to do. From my own data, like I said, you do you about your strategy. Today was one of those days where, one, I recognized structure, higher lows, and then we had higher highs, even if with the pullback into the trend. And so I was taking essentially a counter trend trade. And because of that, I felt comfortable at that point to take partials for 2 particular reasons. One, because going against higher time frame market structure, higher time frame as far as the 5-minute goes. And then 2, we were pulling into the previous demand. And what I've shown you guys on stream and what I've seen for myself is when we do have a pullback into a demand, not only do I use the fibs to calculate my exits or my entries most of the time, but also based on the past almost 2 months of data. I've taken screenshots of those trades with trendline taps. Price does like to pull back into either the first or the second demand level that was created. So in this case, we were just pulling back into it. So if we did have that final break, which is why my target was down here at 40 or 44, and I had another one at 20, if we did break, beautiful. But if not, it's fine. Stop was still all the way back above here, and I didn't exit, right? I just let price stop me out. So yeah, okay, let's see this. Let's see this. Very interesting. How big is, oops. How big is this? 20.5. Okay, so it does meet 50%, but this was such a small little tap into the zone. And we're still finding support of the previous level. So I'm still going to continue to wait to see how we kind of react around this area again. Excuse me. Unless you have a nice candle closure lower, then I'd be interested. So we'll just wait. But yeah, it came on. Sorry, that was like your whole question about the 76 point. If it's part of the play, it's part of the play. Just like this one, 117 point stop loss with a 117 TP, a 1-to-1. So this is entering off of conservative entries as well. If I were to be more aggressive with my entry, then of course my stop can be lower. If I wanted to enter right at the initial break, right? Oh my gosh, I have this magnet on. If I wanted to enter at the initial break, cool. My stop is now at 86 and my TP is 148 points, right? But I would rather play it safe. I accept the drawdown if it does pull back again. And it's just part of the game. It's just part of the game. And I am on micros. If it was minis, oh my gosh, 170 points. I don't have enough drawdown for that, I think. I don't. So, or do I? 117 times 20. Oh, I do have enough drawdown, but that wouldn't be fun to deal with that. Like, yeah, the TP would be nice because it did hit in hindsight, but imagine it hit my stop loss. Like, that would not be fun. So I am only on micros, so I could definitely accept 117 point loss. There's no problem for me on that one. It's part of the strategy. Trader Chamba, consistency rule, it's bad for traders who use CFDs, but might start futures as well. Yeah, Chamba, I mean, hey, like, I think it's really cool you're able to capitalize in the CFD space. If that works for you with Forex, that's great. I'm a big fan of futures. There's zero to little slippage compared to CFDs, and I think the cost to enter is not bad, and just the firms in itself, they've been really solid. So I think they're great. If you're not a fan of consistency, there's a lot of firms that don't have that rule in the funded stage, and or the eval. Obviously, do your research. But I actually personally like the consistency. There's times where I don't. There's times where I do. I like to think overall I like it more than I don't, because for someone that struggles with trying to chase more profits, having a rule that tells you, hey, if you make too much, you're going to have to lose some in order to qualify for a payout, or make more in order to qualify for a payout, that kind of pushes me to not try to chase for more. And a clear example of that, it was like the past trade day competition. Like, there's the consistency rule of the 30%, where it's helpful because then I'm not trying to make more, but then it's been detrimental because I'm in a competition. I have social pressure to try to do well, like very clear public social pressure to try to do well, that I've been just full porting in. Like, well, some days full porting it, most of the days. And I'm not supposed to be doing that because I'm trying to trade better, but also I'm like, screw it. Like, at the end of the day, whatever. Not like I paid for it too, and not like I'm losing anything from being a part of it. But I do want to do good because there's prizes that come from it that can help me and you. But anyways, that's like example of it not being helpful. But the examples that are helpful is when the days I do want to try to chase for more money, it basically forces me to stop, and I like that. So yeah, it's so weird. And yet here I am on Top Step where there's no consistency rule, and I've been able to like chill out and not like force any trades. Crazy, right? I don't know. Depends on where you are with your trading. You can determine if it's helpful or not. All right. AS close before 894. You're gonna enter 894, huh? Down here. Yeah, that would be a lower high. So I like that idea as well. I would like to see also a good supply move being created. We have a first one right here that isn't my favorite necessarily, but also at the same time. Wait, hold on. Before I enter anything. Oh my gosh, hold on. 15 rejection spike down. Rejection spike down. Rejection spike down. There it goes. So there's it should I think it could pull all the way to like 860s. So there is our supply being created. We have a double supply now being created. Let's see. This demand is very much not valid in my opinion. If we get a good closure here, I'll probably take a position as well. So let's just wait. Let's see. So this is the first one. We'd want to see another bearish close. I'm gonna hold this up here for an idea. I'd want to see a bearish close, a good bearish close. We already had the retest of IBH twice. So once, twice, rejection off of it. Okay, there we go. That's nice. That's real nice right there. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay, it's only been 2 minutes on this candle, so let's wait. Let's see. This demand is not that valid. It's not that valid, I'd say. Give me a good bearish close. How big is this guy? 31.25, so I need at least 60. That would be a crazy drop, literally right to TP basically. Okay. But I do like the rejection of IBH. I do like the rejection of our resistance zone up here. I'm liking this a lot. Give me a good closure right around here. Give me a good closure right around here for a lower high. Give me a retest, and then let's see if we can get that lower. Okay. 3 minutes and 45 seconds right now. Let's see if this resistance level is holding us down enough right now. We could be pulling back into the 38.2, 885 right here. Let's see if we get that tap on it and see how price reacts again. Wait, which fib is this before I use it? Yeah, the recent low, recent high. Okay. Yeah, let's look at the 38.2. So that's at 885.75. Let's see the reaction there. 885. Close enough. Okay, nothing yet. Still waiting. I think reading the chat while I'm trying to like figure out my trade is psychologically messing me up. And it's not fun, like trying to not listen to what people are saying in the chat as far as like don't do this, do that, or this is gonna happen, it's not gonna do this. So I definitely see very clearly how other streamers like they are impacted by that would have been here. How people are impacted by their trading decisions when they're live streaming. 100%. I need to start putting limit orders in, I swear, dude. Give me one more tap up. Come on, be nice to me. Be nice to me today. Be nice to me. Come on. Yeah, it's already re-tapped into the 1 minute as well. I don't know if we'll get it. I don't think we're gonna get the entry. Yeah, it's already re-tapped. Let's see. Let's see if it gives it to us. I don't think so. Oh, that sucks a little bit. Lower high, lower high. Okay, we're at the basing right now of this guy. So a pullback into here would be kind of nice. Oh wait, are they gonna give it to me? Let's see. It's about to hit 2 minutes on this candle though, so we had a nice move lower, but okay, let's see. Alright, I think we'll probably participate in this. It's still technically, the thing on the 5 minute though is we are still technically holding. 2.5 minutes in this. It could push back up if it wants to. I'm gonna go for it. I think I'm gonna go for it, you guys. Even if I get stopped, it's fine. I'm not really a fan of this right here. Oh, is someone at my door? Oh, no. Okay, I thought someone was at my door. Okay, anyways, yeah, let's see. Let's see here. I feel like this right here was the sign that the first 2 minutes of the candle was the sign of rejection to go lower. So let's see if we push past back into IBH again. Let's see what happens here. Just gonna hold it no matter what happens, even if we get stopped out. Why is my numbers like, oh, it's because my entry is slightly off. It's supposed to be a 1-to-1. This could be a new trend line creation here. If this does go bullish, then that is a demand being built. So let's see. Let's see if we actually push one more time up into this resistance again. About to exit it. No, I'm gonna leave it. Oh, that sucks. Oh well. So that was the first half of our 15-minute supply. Should have entered there based on the playbook. First tap into a zone, reversal, strong momentum into price, which we clearly had strong momentum into price. Should have taken the first tap into the zone. Bearish closure too. And now this is creating a trend line. So we might have a 2-3 trend line tap for a move into the resistance before we actually get a move lower. So this trade could be definitely invalid at this point. Yeah. This is the part where I don't feel upset about the trade. This is the part where I recognize the failure to execute on the first playbook. This is a demand build now. This looks like a demand build. I'm going to go ahead and close it out. So we took a $78 loss. That's a demand build right here. It's trying to build a demand right here. We had a nice closure above as well. Yeah, that looks like a good demand build. So how would this look like? We need a retap of 942 again. It could literally be doing what it did down here. Literally the same thing right here. Push into resistance, build out in resistance. There it is, right into resistance again. All right, well, it's all good. We are still up $148 today. Still could get a nice little like $100 payout after split. Alright, it's chill. Okay, let's see that rejection. That's the second tap into zone. Should I respect this one and just take the trade? Hmm. That's the second tap into the zone. Now I'm hesitating. Now I can feel the emotional hesitation because I don't want to look stupid. I can feel it right now. Struggles of streaming, huh? Struggles of streaming. So let's see. Let's see if we get that rejection again off of it. Well, it's only been a minute or 2 minutes in. Let's see if this is a demand level being built, and if not, then I would like to see a nice closure below. Let's see it. Come take it out. Unless my stop was just not in the right place. That's another thing, too. You know what I mean? That is another thing. Yeah, there's 70 points off of that. So we had our first rejection, 40, 50 points. Second rejection, 70 points. Crazy work. I'm hesitating big time right now. I think I'm going to hop off stream and trade on my own time now, probably. I think I'm going to do exactly that. This is psychologically, I feel a little fucked right now, I ain't going to lie. Yeah. Okay, let me ignore chat. Let me just focus on myself. Okay. All right. Let's lock in here. Lock in here. Okay, read my paper. Let me read my paper so I don't feel mentally deranged. Strong momentum of price into zone. Should have taken that short 2 times in a row. Should have taken it. Didn't take it. Why is that an issue for me? It connects to point number 3. I let my emotions become bigger than they need to be, which in this case I hesitated and I had fear of looking dumb on stream, which is why I hesitated and did not take my supply and demand book playbook. Okay. What I am doing right is I am managing contract size really well today. That is a huge W. I'm proud of that. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Wow, dude, that's crazy work, guys. Literally crazy work. Where is my... Come on, I threw my little picture up here. Where is it? Short. I had my short. Where's my short? Where did I enter? Enter was 917. And then, dang, so stop should have been in the resistance. No, my stop was right above IBH. Okay, so there's that 38.2 fib. We just got tapped on the higher time frame. It's a little off, but you guys get the idea. So partial should be taken off there if I had a partial. But I still would have got stopped out. So how would I re-entered? I think the entry would be here if we consider it again. If we consider it one more time, if I reconsider this trade one more time, it would have to be like this. And it's 9:55. The candle just opened. I like the supply move lower, so I think I'm going to go ahead and take it. I'm going to take it, and if I lose this trade, that's fine. Uh-oh, I think it went already. I think I already did the retest that we wanted. Hold on really quick. Let me go on the 1 hour frame. Okay, we have a potential closure below the 38.2. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Let's see. I think we're gonna go for it. I think I'm just gonna go for it. If I lose this one, that's okay. I accept my losses. I accept my wins. I am still up significantly, and I followed my plan, and that is a W. I think it actually went without us already. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna add the contract in right here. I know I'm a little late, obviously, but that's fine. If it comes back up, I'll just enter for 2 contracts. That is fine. I am comfortable with that. But the final target is still going to be down here, even though clearly my risk to reward is skewed. That is fine. Now, that moment I recognized that is FOMO. I entered in thinking that price was not going to come take me in, although it could, right? It definitely could. But I think I'm okay with the loss. I'm okay with the loss. I accept the loss. I'm okay with the win. I accept the win. And I will leave it like that. All right, beautiful. We accept whatever happens, and that's okay. Now, I do wonder, how would this have worked? How would this have worked? Sorry, I'm just looking at this just to look for myself. Interesting, 55, huh? I think I am finding struggle now with why this trade would be valid. I think I'm finding struggle about why this trade would be valid. Sorry, let me rephrase how I said that. I feel like I'm struggling with why this trade would be valid because we still have higher lows. We still have higher highs. So who's to say that price cannot continue to go higher at this point now that we've had higher lows and higher highs? Right? On top of that, we are currently respecting the 38.2 fib. We're holding above 50%. So who's to say we cannot go higher? I guess the final question is, am I following my playbook? Am I following it? Let's measure the move. Let's make sure I am following it, that I'm not just doing it because at this point I'm just trying to chase a bag. So 36.5. It's not 72 or 73, which would be double this, right? It is not. So that in itself is worrisome for me because it doesn't meet the 2x criteria of a supply. I will admit though, now let's look about why this trade should work, or could. This trade could work because we are having a double rejection off of resistance. We do have a rejection of these weak demands. We did have a rejection of breaking above and having a strong closure above previous support and resistance right here. Resistance right here. And the exit is right around the imbalance we've created after we moved up. So we do have a lot of support right here though at this point, right around here. So this is going to be interesting. So yeah, I think that, and I just realized as well, this is a bullish closing candle. We need a bearish closing candle for it to be what I'd say a stronger entry, a more conservative, stronger entry. I have entered on a bullish closing candle, so I will experience drawdown and I will experience more emotions because I entered on a bullish closing candle instead of a bearish closing candle. There is the higher possibility that I will get stopped out at this point because I entered on a bullish closing candle versus a bearish closing candle. So there we go. All right, we take the loss, we take the loss. We take the win, we take the win. But I recognized my entry is not valid enough It is not valid enough. I need this to be a bearish candle. Otherwise, it is not valid enough. And I would need a clear market structure shift, or it is still not valid enough. And in essence, I will exit my trade if we don't have that criteria being met. So that is where my head is at. Yeah, resistance. This is also considered right here a lot of consolidation within these areas, literally where we are right now. So we would need this to be a bearish close. If not, I'm going to exit and then I'll re-enter on a bearish close. So one of my other lessons too is thinking price was going to go without me. And then I entered on emotional impulse of FOMO because in my mind I'm thinking price is going without me. That's why I entered the first contract, right, at like 70 or 60 or 80, wherever it was. So let's see. Can we get the final break lower? Will we have the bearish close? Okay, I'm going to go check out chat now. And I'm going to pay attention to this next 5-minute candle and see how we close. If we close bullish, I'm going to exit the trade. And if we close bearish, then I will continue to hold the trade. Let me move this to the side so I can see my trade actually. Pop out. Perfect. All right, let me look at chat, catch up with y'all. Sorry, you guys, I was getting real serious for a moment there. Normally, I have these conversations in my head, but I felt like, again, it's the pressure of streaming, and that's why I was talking about how reading the chat is one thing, and then hesitation is another thing. But the thoughts I have in my head, I normally have it, or I keep it to myself. But because I'm streaming, I feel like I need to share what I'm thinking and all the things, because then people might think I'm not here, or they'll wonder why I'm in a position, or like all these things. So yeah, that's why I'm sharing what I'm thinking in my head right now out loud to you guys. Okay. So back to the chat, back to our people here. Right here. Okay, Costa, micros or minis. I am primarily using micros, and if I have enough cushion, I would also scale to like 1 or 2 minis. So with Top Step, like I was using minis, and then today I'm using primarily micros because I also am very, very happy with the way that I kind of handled myself and having a green day, like even with my recent loss here, like pretty decent with just micros. So pretty happy with that. And then with my pre-live, I'm primarily using micros today. Didn't feel the need to, you know, push mini. I only get 1 mini on here, but I didn't feel the need to push 1 mini. I started with 1 mini earlier and it went against me. Didn't work. The trade didn't work. And so I ended up switching to micros, made it all back. Like it wasn't that big of a loss, I think. And then I was in profits for the day with using just micros, but now I'm obviously still trading. So that's a bearish close. That's pretty cool. Let's see if we can have continuation now. If we do factor in resistance, I just want to see continuation. I'll keep it on. If we have another bearish close, I will add another contract in. Only if we have another bearish close. And a strong bearish close, not a weak one. Ken, I do not trade London session. Vijay, thank you, appreciate you. Start using the EMA to my trendline strat. Any insights into using the EMA? What's your streaming schedule? I don't have a streaming schedule. I just kind of stream whenever. It's usually for fun, and more importantly, like when I feel good coming into the day. Like today, I had a really great amount of sleep, so I feel more well rested. I feel like I'm coming down with a cold. Knock on wood, I don't jinx myself. But oh, there's cops driving by. We never have cops driving by. Hopefully everyone's okay. Or like, is it an ambulance? I don't know. But anyways, hopefully they're good. Oh, it's a fire truck. Never mind. So, right. No streaming schedule. And then as far as the EMA, how I use it personally is I go into the 1 minute, or first I use the 5 minute to figure out the trend, and then I use the 1 minute and I use the EMA for my trend. So, which EMA do I have right now? The 25. So if I get like a bounce off of the EMA and there is a break of support or resistance, like a very clear break of the direction that I'm trying to go into, then I'll take the trade with it. I haven't been using it as often because I've been so focused on just supply and demand, really trying to continue to lock in on it. But that's how I use it. Or let me correct myself. I don't use EMA part as often as I used to. That's what I meant to say. So, yeah. um, Nice, came on. Growing as a trader is more important than how much money you made, anyways. So that's great that you feel like you've grown a bit braver. Like, whether that means you're not hesitating as much, or you're feeling more confident to take trades, or if it's more confidence with reading your price action, like that's awesome. That's a W. Aiden, you think it's going to go up? Hey, it might. I mean, it did go up a second time into that same resistance level, so it could continue to go higher. I don't see why not, right? Um, no, you're good, AS. Like everyone that's sharing their thoughts about the market, like you guys are so good. It's obviously it's everything's public, right? The stream is public. The chat is open for subscribers to chat in. Like there's okay, I'm liking this. Hold on, we have 2 minutes left. I think I might add a position here. Oh wait, no, we have 2 minutes left. What am I doing? I said on a bear's close, I'll add one. Okay, anyways. So yeah, everyone that's sharing like their opinions, you guys are so good. It's not your fault. It's no one's fault for sharing their opinion about what will happen in the market, right? It's a trading channel. Like you guys are more than will or able to talk about trading. Like I'm not mad about that at all. It's just more of a if you guys stream or if you guys share things on social media about X, Y, and Z, there's at least in my experience, and from some other content creators that I have seen as well. I don't need to name them. You guys probably know them. There's only one out there that really doesn't care about what people say. We all know who he is, but it does affect like the way I think that we perform. It's the stress, the anxiety of being right or wrong, about people following your trade. It's about what people perceive of you, right? Like the judgment, whether it's good judgment or bad judgment. Okay, we are a minute into this. I'm liking that. I'm adding a contract in. I'm still leaving my stop, everything the same way that they are. I'm leaving it. I will take a partial right around here, potentially, because there's so much resistance that has now become support. So this area I am interested to take a contract off. And if this does end up closing bearish, that would feed into this potential short idea right here. Potential. Okay, this is just me thinking out loud right now. If it does close bearish. Okay, it did close bearish. So it could easily retrace back up. That is fine. But I like that. Taking one off here. And then I'll probably leave the last two to run, or I might take off another around the resistance. We'll see. What does a 1 to 2 look like down here? Where is my original 1 to 1? My bad. Right here. That's what I want to see. Something like that. So we could definitely continue to pull back up from here. Could take out this potential quote-unquote stop. But I wouldn't want to see it break the higher supply. It's not a picture perfect supply, however, it did run up 95 points and off of a resistance, so I do like that. So let's just see if this trade works out. If it does, I'd imagine this takes care of my past 2 losses, and yeah, let's see. Yeah, our first one's at 182, so that would be $60. And then the next one after that is somewhere down here, 801. Next one is divided by 3. That's like 100 and something. I don't know. Let's just see when it takes out my first target. Yeah, this is chill. I feel very chill right now. Like I said, the first contract I entered was a FOMO. I should have just let price retrace back into my entry, but I didn't. It is what it is. I added a second one though at my original entry that I wanted. And then after the close, well, it was close. It was pretty much dropping. I thought we were going to have a bearish close, which we still did, but I added another contract in following the momentum of the bear stepping in. So let's see if we have that continuation though. Let's also look at the 1 hour leg. 1 hour leg. So now it's whoopsies. Okay. So the previous 1 hour leg, 85 is down here. The new 1 hour leg, if we are moving, is at 826. So I don't know if we're going to get there. I don't know if we're going to get there. But we're going to hold and see what happens. I don't know how long this trade is going to take either. Whether it hits stop or it hits TP, I don't know how long it's going to take. But 826 is my next potential area of interest. Right now we're bouncing off of the 61.8 on the new 1 hour leg, which I'm not a fan of. Not a fan of that. Hold on, actually. Am I tripping too? This leg, that leg. So in reality, if it's this leg and this leg, it never tapped into 50% either. So I guess it's this one. It already took out the 1 as well. Alright. Well, anyways. We'll just leave it. Whoops. We will just leave it. Excuse me. Alright, pull up chat again. Okay. I've lost where I was. I'm so sorry. James, thank you for the $1.99. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You didn't have to, but I appreciate you. Thank you. Right, I forgot what I was saying earlier, but to kind of reiterate one short snippet is you guys are always welcome to share your trading ideas, your analysis, your trades you're taking, your story, like everything. Like there's never anything wrong about that. I really appreciate when you guys do, and I'm inspired when you guys share things. But yeah, when it comes to like streaming, basically, it gets to my head. So that's also why I don't stream so often when I'm trading, because I know how it impacts me and how it affects me. And I also know that I've shared this multiple times on my channel about how it impacts me, but I still want to do it because I think it's very fun to still chat with y'all. Like we have a great time almost every single time that we stream together. So I love to talk with y'all, hang out with y'all, have a fun time on stream, you know? We do giveaways sometimes too. So yeah, it's always a good time. And it's just a mental thing. Like I let it get to my own head, you know? So I just have to learn how to not let it get to my head. There's days where it doesn't get to me very often. Like that's very often it doesn't like affect me. But then there's moments like today where you see it for the first time maybe on stream where I'm like actually really impacted by it, by my own mental game in my own head. So, okay, so we do have that bullish close here, which I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of that. I don't want to see a reclaim. So I would like for price to stop messing around and just come on down. You know what I mean? So yeah, like you closed bearish the first time. Like why are you trying to act bullish? You know, like you're just playing games. I know you are. So we're just gonna wait. We're gonna wait for you to do your thing. Come on down here. A 1 to 2 would be here at 808, which also lines up with that imbalance that I wanted. Is that 50%? Close. Okay, that's close. So, 5 minutes. Perfect. And that is a 1, 2, 3 candle setup with the supply. So, I mean, it would be nice if we can get down here. Will we? I don't know, but let me leave it for now. Is there another template that I have? No, I don't. Okay. So, yeah, 1 to 2 would line up with the 50% imbalance. But I do like my 1 to 1 idea. So I'll just leave the 1 to 1 down here. Okay. Legend. James Letterman. Appreciate you, for real. I really appreciate you, James. James, also, I feel like you're always so active with the comments and stuff. And I appreciate seeing you always see W Jess, like long live TWJ and stuff like that. It's so cute. I appreciate you. Do you do content creation like that for trading or anything else? Or are you just like an active person in the space? Or, yeah. And then Legend. Any reason you have to stop to enter covering the high of your zone? Honestly, Jane or Legend, I wish I could have told you. As far as why I didn't have any like limits set there to enter. Part of it is still the whole like hesitation piece, but I'll also say that I just wasn't thinking that far ahead to have a limit to enter into a short at that time. And I wish I did. I truly wish I did, because it's clear that both times followed the playbook, both times, and I didn't execute. So that's definitely it goes back to the whole character issue, not character, I'm sorry, execution issue of like just not doing it. So I think I don't know how else to like connect the two, but I don't think execution is a strategy error. I think execution is a psychology error. And it's psychology because is it a hesitation to enter? Is it fear to enter? Is it, what's your reason for not entering based on your system? It's obviously consistency error too, but consistency I think is tied to psychology and like your character versus actually your system. I don't know if that makes sense, but the only reason why I bring it up is, and I'm going on a small tangent, is because on one of my recent videos, people were confused about trading psychology. They're like, that's not even real. Trading psychology is fake. It's fake news. There's like, your trading has nothing to do with that. They're not saying these explicit words, but that's like their ideology, is saying that there's no such thing as trading psychology. It all comes down to risk management and consistency. And I'm like, of course, risk management is the important thing. I mean, that's how I've been able to still end green for today. You know what I mean? But and the consistency part makes sense, but you only are consistent if you, the person, shows up consistently, right? Consistent means like repetitive, like it's always, it's reoccurring, right? Like I don't have the dictionary definition, but right, like consistency is not a system. Consistency is not risk management. Consistency is something that you do over and over and over again. So you wouldn't have consistency if you, the person, isn't doing it. So if you're not doing it, why? Why aren't you doing it? It can't have anything to do with your system as far as you executing, right? Like it has to be something within your own brain as to why you're not showing up over and over again or executing over and over again. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making any sense, but that part was so confusing to me, why some individuals thought that trading psychology is not real. I'm like, dude, if you're mentally not okay, then you're not going to do that great in trading. Like, everyone knows it. No offense. If you have a crappy morning, you know that you are not going to execute well, regardless of what your system says. If you're sick, like, that's another thing. Some people, when they're sick, they trade poorly, even when they're good at trading. That's only because when you're sick, your brain is foggy. You're not that like aware, whatever the case may be. And so I was like so thrown off, you guys. I was so thrown off. Like, maybe it's that trained psychology in the beginning isn't as important as your strategy, because the sooner you can lock in your strategy, then the more confidence you build with knowing your strategy works. And then you build your psychology by showing up every day, right? And then you get better at it. Maybe that's what they meant. But it doesn't mean that trained psychology is not real. Like, your mental health is real. It is so silly for anyone to think otherwise. I'm sorry. I was so confused. Unless you guys can explain it to me in a way that I can understand, like, what they were trying to say. But like, for them to believe that it's not a real thing is crazy. Oh my God. I'm very open-minded though. I want to learn. I want to understand where these people are coming from, but I was very bewildered, y'all. I was bewildered. For real. Um, yeah, that was very interesting. Hold up, let me see. 1 to 1, is my number right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. And then my 1 to 2 is down here. Okay, cool. So anyways, back to the chat. um, right, Panda, good job keeping positive. Maybe go take a break or a nice lunch instead. Got tilted today, similar in blue 2 accounts. I'm sorry that you lost 2 of your accounts, Panda. Definitely, I think taking like a mini break was helpful. Like me reading my paper and like just being transparent with y'all about like what I was thinking and feeling and the issues that I face as a trader. Um, every time I do this, and I said it on all the last streams whenever like we talk about this paper, is it keeps me in check. I don't know why it keeps me in check, but it does. And I like that. I also like how price is reacting right now. So I'm going to go ahead and add another contract here. I know it's only been 2 minutes of this 5 minute candle, but this immediate strong push and rejection of it, I would imagine price continues to push into at least the 1 to 1 of the bigger move that we were looking for. I'm going to go ahead and put a buy on the original entry, or not original entry, this thing, because this would be a 1 to 2 from that other thing. So these are like safe exits. They're still very big moves, like 30 points, 40-point moves to TP. That's still pretty solid. Actually, I think I'm going to do 50% of the imbalance instead. So I'm honestly liking this. Like, it's fine if it goes against me, but I'm going to continue to hold this. It's fine. It's totally fine. Maybe I could have waited for another reentry, but also time of day. I entered kind of at a crazy time. But oh, wasn't this also where I said I was going to exit instead? See, now I'm going back on myself. I'm just going to leave it. It's fine. Right. So, I forgot what I was saying, but yeah, Panda. Oh yeah, taking that mini break definitely helped a lot. Legend. Yeah, for real. Keeping me accountable on stream instead of trading off. No, for real. Yeah, so the 1 to 1 hit already. Where was that? The 1 to 1 hit off that first guy. We moved down to 1.4. So let's see if we can continue to hold this. So far, this is not a supply. This is a basing candle in which it is starting to get reclaimed. And I don't like a reclaim. I don't like a reclaim. I want a rejection. Okay, 887. We tapped into 887. I don't want to see it be reclaimed. I want to see a closure below 887, which also lines up right next to our 1 hour leg 38.2 previously. So you better close below, and we'll go from there, you know? We're coming into VWAP as well. EMA is still finding balance and support, rejecting below it, which is great. So if I was looking for support and resistance, right, we have 5 minute frame support and resistance right here, which makes sense to bounce. That's where I said I was going to exit the first time for my other extra partials, which I didn't. And then our next area of resistance and support is right here, right around here. So that's why I would want to see a rejection closure below it all, which we did. Okay, great. I like that. We are pushed into it, but I still want to see it continue to reject and go lower off of it. If we swipe through, that's one thing, but if we have a good strong closure below it, that's another. So that's why I'm going to continue to hold. We still have time for it to move. Thank you guys. Seriously, I'm reading all of your guys' nice comments. After like I had my whole little, if you want to call it a crash out or like a moment of, I don't even know. But thank you guys. Seriously, it means a lot. I don't think it's very nice that The people in the live stream chats are always just very supportive. You guys are, clearly traders, and you guys understand the stress that comes with trading itself, and the fact that you can still kind of understand, as someone that posts on social media too, the stress that comes behind that part, even if you don't post like that yourself. It means a lot. So thank you guys. I love our community. I think your community is great. And this is like a clear sign of even more reason why you guys are the best. So thank you. I appreciate y'all for real. Um, we're going to lock in. We're going to stay locked in. I want this trade to hit. That would be great. At least to my 1-to-1 right here. At least, right? Right here. Right here. If I could hit, oh, that's not on my 1-to-1. If I could hit my 1-to-1 down here at 800, beautiful. So, so beautiful. I would trail my stop at that point, because at this point it would be like multiple contracts of in and out. But for now, also for this, I still feel comfortable with it being up here because of resistance and supplies, double supplies. As long as we never really break above this supply, I think we should be pretty chill. If you have a strong closure above, we might be retesting trend to come back up. But that's how I would handle my stops for on the momentum to RTP or the rejection back to stop loss or back to resistance above. So let's wait. Let me do this. Oh shoot, that's not right. It needs to be perfect. Okay, I think that's... Oh, perfect. Okay, that's perfect. Oh, good. Alright, my OCD. And then we had this guy as well. So let's see his hold. Just keep pushing down, my friend. You don't need to be acting a fool right now and try to go back up. There's no point. There's no point. No one's up here for you, Let me put an arrow. Let me put a little conversation piece with the NASDAQ. There we go. Perfect. See? Right? I think every time we pull the arrow, it usually works, usually. Perfect. I think I'm prepared. I think price will go down now, guys. I think it's going to go down now. Now that we have the arrow, nothing's going to stop it. Nothing's going to stop it. You know what? You know what? We're doing double arrow. You know what I'm saying? Double arrow. That's it. It's over. It's over for the longs. It's over. Now that we have this, nothing can stop me. Nothing. All right. Yeah, James, seriously, stop a high of day would have been hit for real with the IBH. Hey, Jim Jacks, what's up? Oh my gosh, happy Friday. It's great to see you. I feel like I haven't talked to you in 10 years, even though I see you all the time. Yeah, I see why your long would work out. I was like breaking down why my trade wouldn't work, and it makes sense why a longs would work. I guess it was just I've had conviction to take short at this point. So, we'll see what happens. Battle of our trades. You're the buyer and I'm the seller, right? We're literally enemies. We're ops at this moment. All right, price is looking good. I'm liking that bearish closure underneath it. So let's just see if we can continue to hold that. I want to see us continue to hold that. If it does build a basing around here, like a demand basing, then I could imagine price respecting this whole previous ugliness, whatever you want to call it, and pushing up higher. So if we can have somewhat of a strong close below it, right, not just a sweep, I would imagine price can continue to tank. But if we have, like I said, that built out of the basing with the demand right here, I could see price trying to reclaim back up and retesting trend or something. As far as coming back into hive day, you know what? Only Lord knows. Only the Lord knows. So we're gonna let price run its course right here. Um, yeah, this is a reclaim above, so we'd need a reclaim below as well. We'd need a reclaim below. Let me pay attention to the first time we ever rejected off that resistance level. So right here we moved all the way down to 900s. The next time we had an even bigger sweep to our final target down there. Here we had a sweep to about 900. Here we had a sweep down to where our partials are. And this is our first time doing it again after so long. So price could definitely go either direction. It's a 50-50 play at this point. It's a 50-50 play. All right. To the chat though. I already lost where I was. There's just two. I lost it. Okay, here we go. Kevin, thanks for streaming. I like hearing your thoughts. Helps me feel like I'm not crazy either when I'm debating, talking, taking a trade, and sticking to it. No, you're definitely not crazy. You're not alone. I do it all the time. And I feel like other people do it too, but they just keep it all in their brain, obviously, when they're trading by themselves. There's some people that, there's one guy that I knew during like my early time of content creation where he wouldn't speak it out loud, but he would write out his thoughts while in the trade. I'm like, dude, respect for you, because like my eyes are glued to the screen. So for you to be able to pull up your notebook and just journal out while you're trading is incredible. So yeah, you're not crazy. I think a lot of us traders do something like that because you know how our brain is like fight or flight, right? It wants to keep us safe, especially in the moments of trading, because trading is not quote unquote dangerous, right? Like not like you're gonna die from placing a trade, but the idea of being wrong or right, like our brain wants to keep us safe from being wrong, I guess is the way to put it. So it's nice to be able to kind of like really lay out what the idea is and what you're seeing, because then it's your brain isn't trying to play games with you. You're saying what you like are seeing instead of what your brain is trying to tell you what to see, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it makes any sense. Okay, so the demand base is starting to being built here. I'm not really a fan of this because it could reclaim. It held this, so it could reclaim. I'm not really liking it. I'm not a big fan of this. So I want it to continue to hold. Por favor. Por favor. Yeah, not a fan of that. So continue to hold, please. Just don't go up anymore, you know? Okay, the fibs are no longer in this with us. Let me send this to the back. Send to back. Send. I just want my fib. I just want my fib tool. Send to back. Oops. Visual send. No, not to front. I'm trying to send this to the back. Send to back. Give me my fib. Give me my fib. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to just remove these and then do that. Okay, yeah, so price is reclaiming. I think at this point it's a matter of, do I want to have it retest trend and come all the way back up, or do I want to allow price to continue to move? That's the decision I have to make at this point, because we could sweep this right here at 912, and we are reclaiming that previous resistance. We have reclaimed it. This is a demand being built off of it. That is a demand being built off of it. So, I don't know. How big is my loss? Can I accept this loss? Can I accept the fate of this loss? Oh, wow, that's a big loss, actually. Oh, wow, yeah. I mean, I have more than enough cushion and I feel okay with it. But that does suck. We have the reclaim. Let's see. Let's see if price can continue to reject and go from here. I mean, this is still what would have been that trade, right? 1 to 2 right here. But the other idea was right here somewhere. I don't remember exactly. Is my numbers different now? Am I tripping? Right here. It was right here. 1 to 0.23. So, yeah, it's, let's see. Let's see what happens. Could take out the first supply for sure. It's finding support off the point. I'm not the point, I'm sorry. It's finding support off of the previous resistance. Not a fan of that. Man. Alright, we're gonna still leave it. That's alright. That is all right. Okay, back to the chat. Hey Jim, if you're still in your long, by the way, I hope you win, but I also hope I win. I like this is interesting right here. This is the bounce off previous resistance, and we're holding really well. So I think I have to accept my loss. I think I have to accept it at this point and call it a day. I think this is it for me. At one point we were some pretty decent profits, and then just kept holding. So let's see, a 1 to 2. If this 3 trendline tap holds, a 1 to 2 is literally all the way up at 25k. It is also Friday, and you know how Friday's usually pretty bullish. So who's to say price cannot continue higher, right? And then 25, 25. Where's the 1 to 3? 1 to 3. Oops. 1 to 3 is all the way up here at 143. Let me draw out these little lines just so I know where everything is. Boop. And then the 1 to 2. Boop. Okay. Cool. Cool. Alright, nice. So delete that. Oh, actually, no. Leave that alone. We had it as a 1 to 1, so we'll leave it there. Okay, so it did take out that 5-minute supply. So this one right here is no longer valid. We'd have to move it to the next one, which is our full 1 to 1 right here. So let's see what happens. Let us see. See if we can have another closure below or not. But yeah, this whole little this is it's trying to do a reclaim of the 5-minute supply. It's trying to hold the reclaim of resistance. It's trying to hold the reclaim of 5-minute demand and basing as well. So let's see if we actually have the hold. Let's see. All right, back to chat. Boop, 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 boop. Shorter here, TP's 850. Nice. You were able to lock in your profits, I hope. AS. Simon, turn it on at the end. I didn't even know that you can mute chat, actually. I had no idea that you can do that. Hey, Amelia. What's up, Kyle? Came on is, he's an interesting trader, you guys. Came on said, I think I want to keep sharing. Oh, I misread it. I thought he said this person wants to keep sharing because it will affect me. I'm like, wow, very interesting. Like, okay, like he's trying to help me grow my psychology. I'm okay. I kind of like that interesting method. But you're saying that you want to keep from sharing because it will affect me. I appreciate you. I mean, you don't have to. Very thoughtful of you. You don't have to hold yourself back if you want to share about thoughts of the market. Totally fine. But that's very thoughtful of you. Thank you. Kyle, calls and puts. I actually do not do options anymore. I did it a long time ago, but I wasn't any good at it. There's times where I got lucky with options and with penny stocks, and that's primarily because I just gambled during that time, honestly. Like, it wasn't as if I was good at it or anything like that. So, Yeah, I've never thought to re-add it into my trading though, just because I feel a little bit scarred of like my past from it, and I don't want to open that can of worms. I'm still, doing this whole thing, and I think this is enough on my plate for now. That's a great question though. Oh, excuse me. Um, Amelia. That science girl L. I like that name. Hey L, what's up? Thanks for taking on the risk to trade with the people. It's really hard to do that. Emotional triggers galore, and everyone has an opinion. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you too. And honestly, you don't have to thank me. I feel honestly very just grateful that people show up into the stream to hang out and to trade with me and to do all this stuff. So it's really a pleasure on my side of things, but also I do appreciate you anyways for being really kind. It is hard. I definitely have much more emotions, I think, on screen, but I think I'm also good at hiding it from y'all because I just continue to talk. Like, I talk about whatever's in the chat. I go on my phone when I'm with y'all. Like, I just have more um, things to distract me. When I'm by myself, um, I don't feel like I feel emotional, right? Of course, like, there's like that you're human, I'm human, but I'm able to contain it for a long time before I get to a final level of like a new emotional tilt. It's weird. I don't know. Some days are better than others, but yeah, on screen I think I'm just good at also like keeping it a buck and keeping it quiet about my emotions. But I do feel emotions. Again, it's mainly the stress and anxiety and the pressure that build into like my headspace. So Alex, oh my gosh, Alex, happy Friday. Thank you for coming in, you guys. Alex, Future Trade, you'll see him in the chat. He is literally one of the coolest like guys I know on Twitter. He posts his journey. He's very like honest about like what he's going through, whether it's wins or losses. He shares a lot basically, and he's a really great trader. He's taken out. Alex, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's taken out at least a minimum of 150K from Apex this year alone. I think it's like 200K at this point. But he's crushing it, and yeah, he's Asian. That's my fellow Asian out. I think you're Asian, right, Alex? Or you're Hispanic? I can't recall. I think you're Asian. I think you said you're Korean. But anyways, fellow Asian, I think, in our community, and he's just really cool. So, okay, I like that. So we did take out that demand here, quote unquote demand, which shows if we have a nice bearish close with that sweep, let's see if we can have continuation to close lower, right, to have a lower high. But let's pay attention. We have a minute and a half here. Anything can happen at this point. It really is, in my opinion, 50-50. If we have continuation lower, continuation higher, still holding the trades, still holding them. Dee Dee, I thank you for your question. I do all the editing myself. I don't need one at this time, but I think in the future that would be really cool to have one. For right now, though, I still enjoy like recording and editing all my own stuff and just taking the time to do all these things. It brings me some joy. It probably would save me a lot of time, honestly, but I am very happy with putting like my time into the stuff that I've created on my channel and the things that I do for like my social media presence. But I am very grateful that you offered. Thank you. Mm, let's see. Kmon. Psychology and trading comprises a number of things. They're probably gamblers. Trader Chamba. In my opinion, after learning the strat, you start working at your psychology because that is what keeps traders unprofitable. That science girl, everyone has opinions. Trading is 100% psychological first. Kmon mentioned another person here. Okay, so yeah, like it's pretty clear that a lot of us have different opinions about training psychology, and that's I think the beauty of trading and the beauty of being in such a diverse space, right? We have different strategies, different psychology, different places in our life, and we all believe different things. It could be based on experience, based on what you've learned from other people, based on what you've seen on YouTube. There's a lot, and so I think it's great that we can have these conversations and for you guys to share your piece with me. I'm grateful. I learn every day from trading. So that's really insightful that you guys are feeling the way that you do about psychology too. In my journey, I at first thought it was psychology. I posted about it on my channel, about psychology and stuff, and the importance of knuckling it down. But in reality, when I was going through the things I was going through, this support is still holding right now. We did have a nice closure below the demand. However, this support right here is still holding, and I want to see us break it. If we can break it and again close beneath it, I'd feel much more comfortable with the short continuing in my favor. I'm still going to hold this though, and let it just run. It lines up with the 1 minute basing. It lines up with the initial trade entry from before. So I'm going to continue to let it run. But yeah, like my psychology in the beginning of my journey, you guys can date back to it. The first year I posted on social media, I was going through a lot of personal stuff. A lot. Like it was, my finances were trash. My personal life was downhill. My relationships at the time were like okay. They're okay, but there's a lot of things I can say about my relationships. I'm very much a relationship person though. Like I love to have my loved ones around me and have good vibes, no drama. But because my personal psychology, my own mental was kind of messed up a little bit, it did pour into my relationships a bit more too. So you can imagine how that went and how that felt. But essentially, right, mentally I just wasn't the best. So in the beginning of my journey, my personal mental stuff poured into my trading mental stuff. So that's why I thought that my psychology should first and foremost come first. But because I also didn't have a very clear strategy at the time of me recognizing this psychological problem, that also was another issue for me. So I was trying to figure out, okay, is it psychology? Is it strategy? Like what's wrong with me, Is it both? It's clearly both. But what do I do work on first? So I try to work on both at the same time. I finally found supply and demand, and it was very basic, very simple. Talked about it before. Try to build it on my own and felt pretty okay with it. But my psychology was still trash. And mind you, it's still connected to my personal life. So in the beginning, I was very skewed on what was more important. I felt like psychology was, but then when I really sat down looking only at my trading, it was a mix of both, right? Fast forward to the middle of my journey, finally getting like a good hand on my strategy. I thought, oh, now it's psychology only, and I neglected some time away from my strategy. So then I was only focused on psychology. And then I started to hop around on my strategy because I didn't put enough time and work into my strategy, like focusing on that and being a bit more mechanical at that stage. And then finally coming to this point where I'm like, okay, I know what my strategy is. It's very clear what my strategy is. The problem I have now is psychology more than anything. It's the execution part on my behalf. It's not what my system is saying, it's what I'm doing and what I'm feeling. And so, yeah, I was kind of all over the place with both. It's always been both for me. So I don't know if you guys can dissect that down and try to see, based on what I've said, was it really psychology that was my issue first? Or was that really just personal stuff that impacted my trading psychology? Or is it that I finally found a strategy that made sense? I was working on a little bit, and then I switched to psychology too fast. And now that's because I thought, oh, because I have a system down, I have strategy down, I can just easily work on psychology only, and strategy doesn't matter. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just yapping a yap because I'm bored in this trade. Like, I just wanted a nice closure below. You know what I mean? I'm just bored at this point. So I'm just talking. If I talk too much, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to keep talking because I have nothing else to do. Um, Jim, you're still long. Even with the arrows, you're still long. Hey, honestly, it could definitely work in your favor. I still see why longs will work. Genuinely. Ah, the power of the arrow, dude. Literally, these arrows need to just need to, you know what I mean? Give me something here. Come on, arrows. So yeah, that is looking like a nice reclaim. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's a higher low as well. It's a higher low here. So Jim, you might be taking this one home for the books. You might be taking it home. um, Eddie. I mean, the math on your 50 risk, 100 TP, it makes sense, 1 to 2. It's just the question is like, where would you enter? You know, where would you put your stop? Like, how would you, yeah, literally. But it would work. I mean, clearly, days like this, we're having so much volatility. Anything can work, right? Jim, you don't feel comfortable today, no matter long or short. Market makers could be watching. Delete the arrows. You're right, you're right. Let me add a third arrow. That is what's going to happen. I'm going to do it like up here in case price wants to move up and we want it to go down. Yeah, yeah, there we go. There we go. On the 1 hour frame, okay, it's kind of like a range as well. Higher lows, we have a lower high, we have a lower low. Ah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, price. Why are you acting? Why are you acting? You know, this, you guys see this? So this 1 hour, the second, the third candle. I mean, the current candle we're on, I don't see why it couldn't go higher. If we look at the 5 minute, this is just me talking out of my butt, okay? But if we look at this 5 minute candle right here, it's like almost like the same setup, isn't it? We had, wait, did I, hold on, I think I'm misspeaking. Let me make sure I'm looking at it right. I'm just looking at stuff to just fill the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, yeah, right here, right here. So you have like a, right, this would have been like the quote unquote 1 hour that I just showed you, and then the second, the third, the fourth swept it, and then it rejected. So who's to say like the current candle we're on doesn't sweep it and then rejects? You know? So Jim Jacks, like you can be easily taking this home. Like we could get the sweep and then a rejection. Or we just continue to go higher. We could just keep on going higher. Come on, Price. Don't be playing with me now. Come on, arrows. Do your thing. All right. Do your thing. Oh, man. Yeah, honestly, this is I think this is bullish, you guys. Like I've accepted my loss. I think it's gonna hit me out here. It's found support off of the previous resistance levels. It reclaimed. I told you that I said it around here. I said a 5 minute demand in basing was being built, a reclaim over it, and on top of the 5 minute supply, it's gonna go higher to retest trend. And that's exactly what we're doing right now, and that sucks. Oh, that sucks. But we're still holding. We are still holding. Accept the loss. Accept it. Let's see. Am I missing anything else? Oh, right, right, right. And we also did the tap off the 50%, which we took out the one already here. So, yeah, prices clearly, structure is still bullish. Higher lows, creating a potential higher high. The 1 minute EMA, however, we did get the flip here. We did get the flip. Downtrend break. So, oh well. Still gonna hold. We are still gonna hold. Oops, oops. I'm okay with taking the loss. I accepted it earlier. I accepted this earlier. So, yeah. This could be the 1 to 3. Here's the 2, here's the 3. That has to be in the right area. Put it right above. There we go. So this is right there. Okay. 800 exactly. Da, 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 da. It's reclaiming that trend line. Let's see if we get the full reclaim here. Dude, price is crazy, guys. This 5-minute candle literally jumped 874, 940, 70 points. Like, there's so much volatility. It's actually crazy. So much volatility. This is so crazy. Finding support here. Right after that first reclaim, that was already an uncomfortable feeling because it's a matter of, okay, does this mean my trade is fully against me? But then we had a bearish close still underneath supply even though we swept it out. So I thought, okay, like let's continue to let it ride. Then we had a bearish close underneath the 5-minute basing and demand that we created. So that's why I still felt like, okay, we still have comfortability to potentially break this as we were starting to push lower. But hey, anything can happen right here, right? It's Friday. Fridays are normally bullish. It is what it is. All right. So where is the chat at? Oh, cool. Same strat with your options use features. That's cool, Kyle. Pie trades. Oh, that's so smart. Yeah, peace of mind is important. Don't have the energy to play with the market since it's What's Moblex Friday? One red trade and the rest of my account's locked out. Dude, that's really good control. Like knowing that it's, I guess Moblex, I don't know what that is, but also just knowing when to call it and like locking yourself out, that's really good. Eat Pranav. I love Indian food. Chicken tikka masala with naan bread, can't go wrong. Butter chicken. I don't know the names of the other things, but I love Indian food. Love, love, love it. Okay, let's see. AS, if it goes down, we should have resistance at 764. Once it is below the 740s, I think we're good to short then too, but time would tell. Current time I'm watching is now 10:47. So 10 minutes ago you said that. So let's see. 764 is what you're looking at, which is right around here. Yeah, honestly, same. Because of the whole resistance slash support right here, I see that. I see what you mean for sure, and also the same thing right here too. So I see where you're coming from, AS. I probably read price a little bit different, maybe, unless that's what you're seeing because of resistance and support. But I see that. I see what you mean. Yeah, it'd be really nice if you can pull that low. This 1 to 2 down here. I mean, this is more just because I'm trying to do a 1 to 2, but in reality, if I'm trying to look at something realistic, I'm not sure if I would want. I don't even know. I'm just gonna leave it and then trail it if we ever come to this point. So. um, Rusty, reason you have a limit. Yeah, so I have a limit of 2 here as my partials because 2 things. One, I'm in 3 micro contracts, so I don't think that's anything wrong with ever like securing in profits. I secured some micro contracts previously and then I just added more positions in as price was moving. So I already locked in like I think 1 or 2 micros prior and then I added another 2, so that's why I have a total of 3 again. So anyways, the reason I have this one here is because this is the 1 to 1. If I'm considering if I had entered perfectly off of, really, it should actually be down here. But that's fine. Right here off of the closure here, and my stop is above here, the 1 to 1 would be right around here. And then down here is a 1 to 2. So that's why I have partial buys. I think I'm wrong though, because this, right, this should have been the closure. And this should have been really the ultimate trade that we took. But if we are still looking at this guy, 781, huh? 781. Oops, let me do one right here and then one right here. So let's see. Let's see if price moves. If it's going to move against us, then it's going to move against us. I'm going to delete the arrows now. I'll just keep one on. But yeah, so let's put this back. Yeah, because in reality, this should have been really the only play I took right here. The one that I took right here. But this is a support. This is a support. I'm gonna get stopped out right now. Still holding though, because I've accepted my loss. There's no need to adjust anything, I think. Still trying to make it look pretty. Or not pretty, I'm sorry. Correct. Like my levels that I have these things on. I have nothing else to do but wait, right? So, might as well. Okay, is this on here correctly? No, this is a bit lower. Oh, shoot, I can't see. We'll put it right above it. Yeah, right there. Unless I do it right on it, that's fine too. Yeah, let's just do it right on it. Right there. Okay. And then, that's a 1.02. So this should be slightly higher. Right there. I'm literally just trying to pass time, you guys, right now, so I don't focus on my actual anything else. Okay, so there we go. That is a 1-to-1. That's would have been the 1-to-1 off of this. And then this is where the other one should have really been. So, boom. This is the other 1-to-1. Right there. Okay. Cool. Alright. So price is still going against us. Very, very strong, mind you, might I add. Oh well. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we did have that nice bounce off of that support on the 5. I think it's going to sweep her up. They were going to get the sweep for sure, skis. I'm pretty confident now that I'm going to get stopped out. But we're still going to hold it. Like, it's fine. Let's see. Jim, I hope you're up significantly, my friend. Dude, yeah, so price is really bouncing. People are talking about how it's going up. It's literally going crazy right now. And then, Dylan, how much money can you make if you stream live trading? Probably not much. I don't make anything off of live trading. I think I made like maybe like cents, maybe a few dollars. I don't check like my like analytics of what my money looks like from YouTube. I don't make much from YouTube at all. So yeah, I really do it for the love of the game, for the love of content creation. So yeah, I don't make squat. Like I know Patrick, PW, he makes freaking a boatload of money. He has a lot of views, a lot of subscribers, obviously. So it makes sense. He's like the #1 biggest one in the space. So for me personally, like I'm still very small compared to him. Just using him as an example because he's a clear example of what happens when you do blow up and you make money off of YouTube. But for me, yeah, no. I don't think I would make much, honestly, because I currently to this day don't make much from it. But I just like to do it because it's fun. So why not, you know? Jim, I need red arrows. You're right. I think that's probably why price didn't go down. Let's make it red. Right? Let's make it red. Like this. Okay, I like that idea. Like that. And then let's put an emoji. Let's put an emoji right next to it too. And put a clown emoji because it's playing games. Because it is playing games right now. And then I also want to put on let's see. Is there anything else we can use that is fun? Where's the sports stuff? Right here. Where's the baseball bat? Oh, here we go. Let's punch it. Let's punch it. It's going to punch it to stop loss is what it's going to do. All right. Um, yeah, some people were talking about, I don't know, equilibrium zone, whatever that means. Does that mean like 50%? Some people are saying displacement. Yeah, it really pushed. It really consolidated well at the support and the resistance area, and just after so much time of support and resistance for the past hour, it finally made its move, and it's clear that the bulls have taken over. So it is what it is. It's okay. Ahmad, I don't trade gold anymore. Futures, ES is better than NQ. Came on Indian last Friday. That's so good. But yeah, Ahmad, I used to trade gold, but I don't trade it anymore. I did it very, very rarely, though. I was not an expert at it, so please don't quote me. Ahmad, latest video. Oh, thank you for watching it. Appreciate you. Yeah, honestly, trial and error with life and with trading and with content creation. Um, so I'm glad that that video was helpful in some way for you. Oh, Moblex, monthly options expiry. Oh, that's good to know. Did not even know that that's what it was called. Literally. I thought you meant to say Globex, and I was like, oh, like, what do you mean Globex? It's New York. But cool, okay. Kevin, I'll explain the strategy again in a minute. But I already explained it in the stream, and I explained it in the last stream, and yeah, so just could take a moment from explaining it again. Actually, if you like, also in the stream, you could go back. I don't know when I explained it, but I've spoken about it so many times. So I'm gonna take a breather on it for a minute. Ahmad, if you accept your loss while holding it, so accept my loss as far as I accept that if I get stopped out, that's my loss. I like I want to get I would rather get stopped out at my stop loss area than exit now. Like that's what I meant. I accept that if it goes up, then it goes up. Like that is totally fine. Um, that's totally fine. That's what I meant by it. So yeah. Um, I could definitely the other side conversation piece that someone can bring up is, well, you see that there's a structure shift. Why don't you exit then? Because there's a structure shift, right? That's part of the strategy that I have too, is that I'll exit if there's a structure shift. Um, but for me, I'm at this point where when I entered the trade initially, I'm like, dude, I accept it. Like I said it very clearly in the very beginning when I got into the trades. I accept the win, I accept the loss. That's it. Like that's it. And in this case, that's exactly what's about to happen. I'm accepting what I accepted in the beginning. So I don't feel phased that I need to exit right now. I don't feel phased that I need to reverse my position. Instead, if I get stopped out, from there, I'm going to look for any potential entries for another trade, or I'm going to just call it a day and take my loss because I still have over, even with this loss, I still have over $5,000 to trade for another day. I still have $5,500. That's still a lot of money to trade with. And I also locked in whatever with Top Step, and I'm gonna lock in the payout by next week. So in reality, it's like, okay, this sucks. It sucks for sure. We were in profits for some, and then rejected, whatever. But I've accepted the loss and the win of whatever happens. And on top of that, overall in the week, it's been a green week. I'm going to be taking out a payout next week. I've already took one out yesterday. Um, it is what it is. So I hope that answers your question. But I'm planning to just leave everything the way that it is and take it to the chin. That's why I have the punch here. I take it to the chin. Pa, 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 pa. Hold on, wait. Let me turn it down. You better go down, son. You better knock it off. Don't stop me out. Don't stop me out. Go down. Dude, this is so silly. This is so stupid. I swear to gosh. Oh my goodness. Knock it off. Knock it off. Oh my god. Yo, I swear. Okay, is my stop valid? It's right at the tick. Let me put it 1 point above. Just in case, for whatever reason, I think it's not going to stop me out. Which it will stop me out. It's going to stop me out, I think, at this point. But put it there anyways. Yeah. Okay. Where are we? Came on, price could retrace here. Busy, knock knock, boom. Oh, we're about to get stopped. Okay, okay. Get ready for it, guys. The sad moment. Sad moment. RIP to my trade. RIP. Market makers, they saw my boxing glove, they saw my arrows, they saw the clown emoji, they're like, ooh, we can't let this girl win. Because she's making jokes out of us now. We can't let her win. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. Yo, clip this. If it goes down, you guys, clip it. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, I'm stopping. I'm being real dumb right now. Okay. Um, Jim Jacks. But hey, after another 14-day winning streak, I got F today. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Jim. But hey, you know what? Your long trade, it clearly worked, and you had 14 days of winning. That's awesome. So, take it easy, and hopefully, like the rest of your weekend is fun, and the rest of your day is nice if you're done trading. 24/7. What's up? Welcome in. No, Jim. I don't think I'm better than you as a trader. I personally think I have so much room to work on things. So I appreciate you for, trying to lift my spirits. But hey, like clearly in this example, um, what is it called? Clearly in this example, you're much better of a trader. Like your longs worked perfectly. So we're just waiting for price to come for the high of day. If it does, we're still waiting. It's right there. It's about to go for it. It's literally about to go for it. Okay, and we're stopped. You know what? The boxing glove didn't work. All right, so I was up around like 300 today, and then I lost the gains, and then now I'm down 500 on the day, unfortunately. And the losses I had were all taken on stream. You could see here, on stream I only had one winner. But before that, those don't matter because now I'm right on the day, but it's okay. So let's remove everything. Let's put that down. We don't need that in our face. We need to call it a day. All right. So yeah, that's it for me. Let me go ahead and lock this out. Perfect. And then this one, I think, I don't know. I don't know where I'm sitting at. I think I'm going to chill. I have self-control not to have to lock anything out. I just did this one because I'm like, well, in case I ever try to come into it, I don't need to because I'm going to take a nice payout next week anyways. So, yeah. So, cool. Sarati. Oh, yeah, no problem. Thank you for using my Funded Futures code. I appreciate you. Yeah, guys, since Sarati brought it up, I'm going to plug it in here. If you guys use code JESS, it's currently 5% off the 50K core accounts. So it's $73.15 for them. And it's pretty solid because right now they have a free add-on where instead of the $1,000 payout request, you can request up to $3,000 instead. And again, that's on the 50K core account, the cheapest account that they have. And it's literally just beautiful. It's a beautiful sale. It's the best sale ever. It's better than all the other firms that have a similar plan. I'm a fan of Alpha Futures. You guys know I like Alpha Futures. They have the zero plan for $99. Earlier this week, they had it for 25% off. So let's say it was like $75 for it. But there's a payout cap of $1,500. And with my Funded Futures, with this current add-on, it's $3,000 payout request max. And you also have it for cheaper, $73 instead of $75. It's only $2 difference, but hey, like, it's a really great steal. I don't know what other firm has something similar, or Lucid. You guys also know I love Lucid. It's 35% off of Lucid. I think it's like right at $90, give or take, either between like $85 to $95 for the current sale. There's a $1,500 payout cap to start, and then it goes to $15 to $1,750, and then it goes higher, or like $2,000, like it goes up, right? But with this particular sale, again, it's $3,000 payout cap, and you get it for the next 5 payouts, and I think by then that's when you transition to a live account. But $3,000, if you get to the max times 5, that's 15 grand. And if you get 5 accounts, 15 grand times 5 is $75,000. So that's just, giving the idea of what it would look like if you consider to get 5, if you are able to make it to the max amount of payouts. So really good freaking steal. All right, so now that we're out of this trade, the last thing I do want to see, I'm going to leave this here. I got to take screenshots. The last thing I want to see is basically if we could take this original trade idea up to the next level of the 1 to 2. If it can move to the 1 to 2, then that's incredible. That will just be one lesson for me about following trend taps, and three lessons. Number 2, respecting support and resistance, because I clearly saw this, I called it out, and I didn't respect it. And then 3, it's going to be that with my trend tap, if we could get to the 1 to 2 and maybe even the 1 to 3, it just adds data to my data I've been collecting about this particular pattern, this particular playbook, this particular trade. So, price action is all about probabilities, but hey, the more amount of times I see this play out, that means there's a higher percentage chance that it's going to play out. So, it's still a win for me. Like, even though I lost, right, I lost the trade, it's still a win for me. That's how I see it. All right, so you guys, I think maybe we can, Jim, before you go, maybe let's do a what is it called? A giveaway. Are you down? Before you go. Okay, where are we at next? Okay, Kevin, yeah. Thank you. For be willing to, scroll back. If you want, I can make it very simple. But I always say that and I go on a tangent. But this is pretty much what it looks like right here. So feel free to take a screenshot if you like, Kevin. This is like the main idea of the 2 playbooks I use. With the support and resistance, I don't always use the EM of the trend. And I do, of course, want to see a break of an action line. So, yeah, the EMA is very helpful as a confluence, but sometimes it could be a little jagged on the 1 minute, whether it's the 25 EMA or the 50. But it is something I use if it's clear. But if it's not clear, then it's just a matter of a break of the level and following the trend. So that's literally the 2. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Farah, trade full time is sole. So no, it's not my sole income. I have multiple income sources at this time. Very thankful. And then also, as far as top of your screen, seeing the gain and loss. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Yeah. So I guess you could see it, but basically, yeah, I lost 502 today, and then yeah. So yeah, that's fine though. Normally, yeah, I try not to have that be like the important part of the picture. The important part of the picture is like the actual trade, but yeah. Thank you. Yeah, mod. Stopped out or take profit for sure. I mean, there was chances I had where I could have just took it off at break even, but I wanted it. I wanted to see follow through, and it was clear that support was very good, and also that previous 15-minute level resistance that we had before, right around here, we're still finding momentum to push through it. So there it goes, right at the top of that support and resistance level on the 15-minute frame. Might go for this 1 to 2 right here. That would be so satisfying. All right, I'm trying to look where I was for here. Yes, right. I can't go wrong with my funded futures. Jim Jacks, I'm going to buy that my funded. Oh, nice. Yeah, thank you for, considering to trade with them. Really great company. My favorite, literally. Farah, prop shop. I don't know that firm. I've not heard of it. Is it a brand new one or have they been around for a while? Farah? Duck race. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, Kevin, nice. Okay. Nice. There's the 1 to 2 that has just been hit. So this is great screenshot worthy information right here. Oh, this is not 1 to 2. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Now it's 1 to 2. Hold on, wait. Right there. Okay, well, maybe not 1 to 2 perfectly yet. And even if it doesn't, I mean, it still shows that it could get close. I mean, that's still very, very interesting information. Oh my gosh, 0.25 away. Literally 1 tick away. Now we have some hesitation up here. Insanity, dude. I have to take a screenshot of that for later. Pretty sad that I missed out on this trade, honestly. Like the 1-to-1 of that 117 points. That was such a bummer to miss out on this. Really big bummer. Okay, let me delete this. There we go. IBH. That. And then our trend line is back. Okay. Okay, yeah. So yeah, duck race sounds good. Next week, can you do a meetup on Forex? Oh, yes. Cook lunch. Wait, okay, let me do the giveaway. Are you down for a giveaway? I'll do the giveaway now. I'll do it now. Sorry. Okay, let me prepare that right now. Okay, I'm creating the Google form. Bear with me, guys. Make a copy. Number 3. Okay, there's that. Let's publish. Oh, wait. Settings. Make sure the settings are right. Okay, perfect. Publish. Shorten. Copy. There we go. Okay, there we go. It's going to be for Apex, any size right now. And then I'm going to be uploading that trade recap video. And I'll do a giveaway with trade date in that video. And then also, I think in that same video, I'll probably add in another giveaway. We'll see. We'll see if I do another giveaway in that one or a separate one. There it goes. So yeah, 1 to 2 is what was hit. That is so annoying, man. But also very exciting at the same time. So yeah, the 1, 2, 3 tap goes to 1 to 2. Crazy work. Nasdaq, you're crazy, dude. You are crazy. Okay, so let's remove that. Let's remove this. Take a screenshot of this. And then let's also do the 1 to 1. Okay. 3 trend line tap. There we go. Move this. Perfect. 2, 1. Screenshots. Okay, save for later. So yeah, that would have been, wow. I wonder if we have the chance literally to go 1 to 3 at this point. Delete this now. Let me delete all of my drawings. Oh, actually, yeah, most of them are deleted already. The unnecessary ones. So we can remove this, remove that, remove this. Actually, this one I need to take another. I think I took a note. I can't remember. Okay, cool. Alright, so we'll do the giveaway. We'll close the giveaway. Let me say closing giveaway form in 5 minutes. Okay, there we go. So everyone has time to be able to enter, I believe. Close that. So only we have 3 people so far. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm lying to you. We have 19 people that have entered, not 3. 20. Getting people, 21 responses. Yeah, nice. Okay, we do have quite a bit of people actually participating. So that's sick. Okay, and we'll do the duck race. Ahmad, I trade gold only the past few months. Just here to learn what's your psychology and approach during a trade. I think that's an important thing. Yeah, great question, Ahmad. So, yeah, Vijay, duck race again. And also, Vijay, yes, I will make sure to look at the spin wheel for sure. I'm actually so excited about that. So, since we have 4 minutes before we close the giveaway and do the duck race, yeah, so to your question, Ahmad, about my psychology and approach to a trade. So, if you mean like what's my status of my psychology right now, I feel like I am at a better headspace than I was the beginning of this year, better than the like better than Q1 and Q2. Q3 I was pretty good, but then I had this error within myself to not be consistent with handling my psychology within Q3, so it was like up and down, hence why I had the drawdown and like the overconfidence and stuff. So coming into now, that's why it feels better after like my accident that I had, after going to visit Europe and experiencing like being out internationally and what can come of my life if I do something right with it. These different events that happened in my life previously to that too, they all kind of boiled in to this present moment. I uploaded a video on my channel talking about it too, how things have been different. And so my psychology, I can confidently say, is stronger now than it has ever been. But that doesn't mean like I'm elite status trader yet with my psychology. It is still difficult for me to break my old habits. I recognize that and I'm aware of my bad habits. Um, so it's really a daily lesson and a daily challenge to not break or not to have the old habits step in. So that's where my psychology is at. It's better headspace, but it's still a daily challenge to work on my past old habits. But I've finally come to a place. This is the key part. I have finally come to a place where I really know what my issues are. I've come to a place where I know some of my like physical and brain triggers when I'm like tilting or like something, I guess you could say, quote unquote, bad is going to happen. And I've come to like a key point of my psychology where I know this is my final piece of the puzzle. It's just a matter about like executing like day in and day out on the same system that I've created for myself. So as long as I can build upon that and do the things I just told you, then I think I'll be at the next level too. So yeah, that's where my psychology's at. Approach during my trade is essentially like place the trade, and just let it be. Like what you saw me do. It was clear we saw price was finding support. It was clear that I said there's a 5-minute demand forming, we have a 5-minute basing forming, we have a closure above it, and we had the closure above support, not below. Price can continue higher. But I accepted it. When I entered the trade to begin with, I accepted what happened, and I still didn't exit my trade sooner because I learned my lesson from last week when I had my biggest winning trade on this account of like $1,400 or something, and it was because I just let the trade be. If I had exited early again for the second time, I would have taken an L and price would have hit TP. So I've been using that as a reminder that hey, like even though price is in drawdown or your trade's in drawdown, it doesn't mean you have to exit right away. You have to let the trade breathe. It could be a market structure shift, and now maybe you should exit. There is higher lows, higher highs, right? But the higher time frame for me still shows that we were kind of bearish, so that's why I felt comfortable to still hold. So that's my approach. It's kind of like let it be. Let Jesus take the wheel, literally. So yeah, working on that too, but that's where I'm at. Oh, okay, AS, no worries, no worries. Thank you for even being a part of today's stream. I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I love you too, and I wish you success as well. Are you copying my YouTube ending video thing? I like that. I like that. All right, so it's 11:30. I'm going to go ahead and close the form now, you guys. Form is closing now. Well, we have quite a bit more responses than usual, which is cool. Save. We have 35 people that participated in the giveaway. Let me make a note in chat right now that it's closed so no one is confused. Bear with me just a moment. All right, so let me get these names. Create duck race. Oops, duck race. It's not loading. Duck race. Perfect. Okay, and we'll get first and last name. Some people have not their first and last name, but that's fine. It is what it is. Okay. Let me grab this over here. I'm gonna close this out and close this out. That's what I meant to close. Names, edit, delete. 35 people. Okay. Alright, and then how much time do you guys want to do? What are you guys thinking? Should we do a minute? 2 minutes? 30 seconds? An hour? I'm just kidding, not an hour. And while you guys put in the chat, Ryan, could you speak to how accountability, personal or otherwise, has played a role in your journey? Oh, yeah. You know what? Ryan, if you're okay with it, I would like to answer your question after we do the duck race, okay? Just because I know a lot of people are in here for this and they have to leave, especially Jim Jacks. Or not Jim Jacks. Who was it? Someone said it earlier. Was it AS about lunch? I forgot. Shoot, I can't scroll back up. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 2 minutes, 5 2 minutes, and then we have 1, 2. We have 2 people that did 1 minute. So we'll do the 2 minutes, okay? We are going to do 2 minutes on the duck race here. Right here. 2 minutes. Oops. Clear. Set. Gagan, Kara, I have you already in here. You know what? Before I start, excuse me, excuse me. I didn't check if there's any duplicates. Let me double check there's no duplicates. Okay, it looks like there's none. It looks like there is none. And then Gagan, I have you here. I have your name Gagan right here. So I think you should be good, my friend. Okay. Where's the stream chat? Alright, here we go. Oh, Jim Jacks, you're so sweet. You didn't have to send and gift memberships, but I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much to Jim Jacks. Shout out Jim Jacks. Jim Jacks is a freaking goat. Jim Jacks always be doing this. He's just too nice. He's too nice. And then LX Duckeries, we did the giveaway form, so literally it's just you do a giveaway, you fill out the form, and then I get your names, I put it here, whoever wins gets the free account. All right, you guys, you ready? Let's get it going. Okay, 3, 2. Oh, I'm sorry, Gagan. Different Gagan. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Where is the start button? Right here, right here. Start. Let's go, let's go. Oh, shoot, we have John H in the front. Okay, okay. Habib coming in close. Then we have the hearts in the back. Oh, no, we have Mal right here. Oh, my God, not the clown. Oh, my God, the freaking clown is crazy. Not the freaking clown. Because the clown didn't help me in my trade. You know what I mean? Okay, Abdel in the top over there, number 35. 15 is coming up. We got Wander Cat. Dude, the cat is trying to slime her way in here. Okay, okay. People are starting to creep up. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at Kevin D's, the little green duck on the bottom. How freaking cute. Are you kidding me? Ooh, come on, come on. We got a minute left. It's lagging a little bit. Let me close out my tabs. There we go. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's go. I don't even know who's first at this point. It's all neck and neck, you guys. It's neck and neck. This is intense. This is the final battle. to who is going to take home the prize of a free Apex evaluation account. Whoever wins today is the winner of Friday, October 17th, 2025. This duck is going to be crowned the ultimate winner with the trophy to brag in front of everyone else. This is it. This is it. Whoever wins, well, everyone else would lose. Okay, I'm done. 6 seconds. Oh my god, not the clown. The clown. If the clown wins, that would be crazy because it didn't help me in the trade. You guys. Let's go. Jim Jax has taken it home. Jim Jax for the dub. Jim Jax, you are the winner. Congratulations, WWW. So we definitely had a pretty good run here. That clown was scaring me, I swear. I don't know who the clown was, but it was scaring me. And low-key, a part of me didn't want the clown to win because it didn't help me in my trade. But that's just because I'm holding a grudge against it right now. So anyways, thankfully we don't have a name, so we can't even cheat to say that, whatever, you know? But Jim Jax, congratulations on winning, my friend. Let's see, Ipranav, you got 6? Ah, close. My dog hit a stop loss again. GG, you guys. Oh, Jim Jax, give it to someone. You don't want it? Are you sure? Are you really sure, Jim? Be for real, though. Because if you really want to give it away, then we can give it away. However, I think what we can do then, Jim. Okay, how about this? Let's let Jim respond here. Give the account away. Or wait, sorry, Jim. If you do, you're sure? Okay. So then, Jim, Jim, do you want to do another duck race and remove your name, or do you want to go ahead and like hand pick the winner because you won this account, right? So you are able to actually, like, if you had the free account yourself, who would you want to give it to? Do you want to pick it to someone in the top 35 results? Do you want to see all the names again and then you could pick a random name, or do you want to run the game or run the duck race again? Just because technically he won, it's his account, so he literally can do whatever he wants with it. So that's why I'm letting Jim pick. I think it's only fair that way. So yeah, Jim, what do you think? A lot of people were saying another race. Okay, all right, another race. Let's do it again. So we're gonna remove Jim this time. Race again. Is everyone cool with 2 minutes, or would you guys like to go less time? What are we thinking? Uh-oh, my YouTube is broken. Holy crap. Sorry guys, my chat is not working. I am not able to see it. One moment, please. One moment. Oh my gosh, it's not loading. Top chat. Okay, there we go. All right. Right. Everyone is saying, yeah, W Jim. You guys want to have another chance to win if Jim didn't give it up. So you guys, W to Jim, W to Jim Jax, and he gave memberships for free just because, like, that's so cool. All right. So we have 1 minute. Two people said 1 minute. A lot of people are saying 2 minutes though. So we are gonna go with the 2 minutes here, and we're gonna run it back. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, shuffle. One more shuffle, and run. Here we go. Ooh, what we got going on? It's so cute how it makes noises, I'm not gonna lie. Dude, is that Spider-Man? I'm dead. Number 6. I like that. actually so funny. Oh my god, look at the wig on this one. That is funny. That is funny. Oh my god, I'm literally just dogging this one because of the wig. It's so cute. Oh my god, you guys, Gagan is a freaking grandma. Are you being for real? Oh my god, that is so cute. All right, let me get into my narration mode. Let me see if I can pull up ChatGPT real quick. Oh shoot, sorry guys. I was gonna do ChatGPT to find a fun commentary of duck racing. Okay, how much time I have? I have 10 seconds. Okay, the tension is palpable. The pond is glistening. It's somewhere. A trader has already dropped an ice cream in sheer of anticipation. We have 3 seconds left. 2, 1. The wig has won. Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie. That's what I was looking at the whole time too. All right, guys. So we have the final winner. It's Habib Rahim. Habib, are you in the chat? Can you please confirm if you are here? Gagan, I'm thinking, yeah, dude, Gagan, you were freaking the grandma. How freaking cute was that? Habib, are you in the chat? Please say something in the chat. Eighth place, Eprenov. I know, last one when you were 6, but you were close. Yes. Oh, here we go. You are here. Yay. Okay, congratulations. So I will go ahead and I'm going to send you um the free account via email. I think you gave me your email. Let me just make sure I have it before you disconnect, okay? Habib. Yes, I have your email. So I will be sending you an email sometime today. I think I don't want to give you a wrong timing, but I will send it to you within at least the next like 3 hours. I imagine it'll be sooner, but just give me a little bit of time to make sure I can get everything set up for you. But yeah, you're all set to go. I'll take care of you, and I've noted that you are the winner. And for anyone else that is still wanting to do giveaways, I am uploading the next video this weekend. It was a whole trade cap recap one that I messed up on. But essentially that one is going to have a giveaway included within it. And it's a very, very simple like video. You don't have to watch it all the way through, but it'd be very nice if you can. You don't even have to listen. You can just put it on mute. But if you can watch it all the way through, that'd be nice. And then there's a giveaway in it where I'm going to be doing a trade day account for free as well. It's going to be the 50K, and I'm debating if I want to add in one more account to it. We'll see. But otherwise, yeah, it's going to be the 50K trade day account. So yeah, that's going to be everything for today's stream, you guys. Thank you seriously so much for coming into the stream today. It was such a good time and it was so fun. Oh, oh shoot, hold on. Habib just said low-key don't need it. Another one. Crazy work. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, Habib, if you're really sure about it, I could do another race, but I think this time I'm going to make it less than 2 minutes because, yeah. Otherwise, if you don't want to do a race, do you want to pick someone from the list? We could do whatever you want. Uh-oh. My thing is lagging. Oh, no. Oh, no. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. Okay, we're back. Oh, shoot. Everyone's removed. Oh, no, it's right there. Okay, we're lagging big time. I don't know what is happening. Do not know what is happening right now. Please bear with me. What the heck is wrong with this? Okay, so I was just checking my other stuff and yeah, everything's lagging. So I'm gonna wait in the chat for Habib to say something. Yeah, seriously, no one's wanting the free Apex any size account. It's okay though. Okay, yeah, no, Habib, no worries. Honestly, like, it's totally fine. I think that, again, just like my stream, people could say anything about their trading analysis, about their story, right, of trading. Same thing for the giveaway. Like if you want to enter, you're always welcome to enter if it's open. And if you end up winning and you don't want the account and you decide you want to give away, I think that's really nice of you. So no problem. It seems that Habib said give it to Ahmad since he was close both races. So all right, Ahmad, it's going to you. Let me um, let me go into the shoot. I can't see anything. My screen is literally frozen on my YouTube. Bear with me. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So Ahmad, Ahmad H Malik, that's your name. Let me find you. Just make sure there's not like multiple Ahmads, because there could be a lot of Ahmad names in here. Oh. Okay, so yes, I do have Ahmad right here. Ahmad H. I have your email. Let me mark you up as the winner. Boom. Make sure that is you. Perfect. Okay. Ahmad, so funny. First race, second, second race, third. That's so funny. Okay, sick. All right, I have you marked, Ahmad, that you have won. And just like what I told Habib, it might take me, just give me up to at least 3 hours or something. Could be, it's probably going to be faster than that, but I want to make sure everything's set up correctly. And then I will send you an email, okay? And you'll get the code there and all that good stuff. So yeah, all good to go. So we have the final official winner of the giveaway account. Thank you guys seriously so much for participating. It was so fun. And as always, I'm super, super thankful for everyone even being a part of my stream. My screen is completely lagged. I don't know what's going on. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I think it's a sign to end it. But yeah, that was really, really fun to just hang out and vibe and whatnot and do this giveaway. Ryan, I don't know if you're still here, Ryan. I do want to answer your question before I hang off, because Ryan did have a question about accountability, and I think that's important to talk about in trading. So, yeah, do you guys have any more questions or comments though before we hang off here? And then I answer that question too. Lynn, yes, I'm with you, and he was very tough this week. I struggled since Friday. Monday, Tuesday, and just a small part of Wednesday, I struggled really badly. And then halfway through Wednesday, I was able to recuperate and like really lock in. My headspace was so clear, and then finally I turned a corner. Yesterday was like a mixed bag. It was more good than not good, to be honest, though. And then today was P&L wise, obviously it sucks to be down 500 on my live account, but I'm also saying it's a winning day because I followed my system. I did it all on stream too. I walked myself through my reflection points. And number two is I have more data that I can add to my probabilities of my strategy, and that is still a win. So it's been a tough week for sure, but I guess it's been more of a W because I've been able to stick to my system. And that's what matters, I think. So you're not alone. You're not alone. Yeah, awesome. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I don't know why not. I mean, some people have preferences when it comes to different props. Also, I think Jim Jacks is just very nice because he's the guy who has been like buying memberships for people, even though we don't do anything special in the memberships anymore. Um, but he's just like gifting it, and he's always in the chat, and he's just always like, wanting to be a part of everything. So, like Jim Jacks, he like it sounds like it's in his character to give it away. As far as Habib didn't need it, so if Habib didn't need it, then there's nothing wrong with giving it away. So yeah, it could also be preference of firm. If you're not a fan of Apex and you don't want to trade with Apex, and you don't. So yeah. And then to finally answer your last question before I go to Ryan's, Apex is a legit prop firm. They have paid out millions upon millions of dollars to traders. They have paid out when people surpass like their sixth payout. You can do like there's no cap. People have gotten paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions of dollars. People that are not influencers, because I know people always like to use the argument, people that are not influencers, they have shared that they have taken out a lot of money from Apex as well. The main thing is you follow the rules, you get paid. And from my experience, it's always been that way too. before I even started to grow with Apex, it was like that for me too. So yeah, um, I believe that they're a legit prop firm. They clearly have the financial backing to stay around for a long time and to pay out people. And yeah, I mean, I think that's what comes. I think that's the end of the day statement that any trader wants to know is if a firm is actually paying out, and Apex does pay out. So yeah, I hope that clears everything up for you. Came on no more. We're all finished up with the duck race. So yeah, see, Marcos, are here. They do pay. Like, even if it takes a few days, they do pay. I mean, imagine having 20 accounts taking $2,000 per account, 40 grand, but they take 5 business days. I am more than willing to wait 5 business days to get paid out 40K. I mean, who wouldn't, right? Who in their right mind would not be willing to wait 5 business days to get paid $40,000, or even 10 business days? That's 2 weeks. Like, yes, that could be a long time, 100%. But if you know for a fact you're going to get paid out because they have the money, like, dude, 40K is 40K. Take the 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why people complain about how long it could take if it's up to 2 weeks to get paid out if they're taking a payout that is up to $40,000. Like, there's no job in the world. Okay, I'm lying to you. There's no other um, simple corporate job that is going to pour you 40K in 2 weeks. So that's so crazy to me. Hubby, yeah, you've taken multiple payouts from them, just literally don't need to enter a fund. Ah, it's so sweet. So sweet. Yeah, it definitely it's really nice that you gave it away, as well as Jim Jacks. Like, if you've taken a lot of payouts and you really don't need it, that's so nice of you, to give it to someone else that does need it. So thank you. Um, Oh, Bassett, you guys, happy to tell you that I got my first payout from your giveaway you made before. I got over 25K from it. Holy crap. Holy cannoli. Congratulations, Bassett, to getting that first payout and then just being able to bank so much this year. That's so awesome. Congratulations. That's inspiring. Okay, so I will go ahead and wrap it up now with a final question from Ryan earlier. I didn't forget, Ryan, if you're still here. Let me scroll up to reread it and then, oh, it's not there. Okay, that's sad. So basically, the question was relative to how did accountability, like, was accountability a big part of my trading journey? And yes, it was. Accountability it still is to this day, before and currently and moving forward, it's always going to be one of the biggest things. The reason why I say it's one of the biggest things is that if you don't take accountability for your actions, if you're not responsible for what you do, you are essentially doing the opposite. You are avoiding the responsibility. You are neglecting the truth. You are, in a way, fighting against yourself. And that's not going to help you. That's not going to help me. Being accountable and being responsible for what I do leads me to clarity about what I did, right? If I actually sit down and I'm like, dude, I took this trade that made no sense. I'm reviewing it, right? I'm taking accountability for um, my action, and whether it was a winning trade or a losing trade, it's taking the time to look at it. So that's for anything in life too. I mean, I think if you're accountable in life, that can help you more ways than not. Because if you keep avoiding and neglecting and pushing things to the side, how can you ever grow if you don't know what you did right or wrong? You know? So I think it helps a lot with character development. And I think that accountability is one of the most important pillars in anything in life, whether you're trading or you're at work or you're in a fight with your friends or your partner. Being accountable is important. It makes you really reflect on what you need to reflect on, and it keeps you on your toes to make sure you're doing the right thing moving forward. And that's why it was a big part of my journey, because you would imagine, I've made a lot of mistakes. I've had a lot of lessons that were either new lessons or repeated lessons over and over and over again. But the main point was that I always looked at it, and it was ever fun. It sucks putting time into things you don't want to put time into, but at the end of the day, you can't expect to have different results if you have the same actions. And if you don't even know what your actions are, how can you even grow from it? You know what I mean? So I hope that helps for you, Ryan. um, Find a few questions in here. Yeah, any size, Ahmad, any size. that you want. You have a choice from either the 25K all the way to the $300,000 account, whatever you want. And then if you have any other like really, really different questions, then when I send you the email, you can always send me an email, okay? Or respond back to the email that I sent to you, okay? But otherwise, yeah, any size account. And I'll get to you as soon as I can about that. But that's everything for today, guys. I really appreciate y'all for real for coming in today. It was fun. I took many losses on stream today, unfortunately. Thankfully, they were all micro trades. And it's all part of the game. It's all part of the game. But I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you guys enjoy the sun if you are living in Cali, because finally the rain is gone. And there's a bit of sun this weekend. It's going to be 79 degrees. So you bet your butt I'm going to be at the pool. But yeah, guys, I really appreciate y'all, your time and support. And as always, I wish you nothing but the best and the most success in all that you do. And I will see you all in either the next video or in the next stream. Peace.